Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. Of dungeons and douchebags. Long ago, the land of Ariane was governed by many majestic empires. The humans of the plains, the elves of the forest, the Oreads of the mountains, the Merrow of the oceans, and the kobolds and Okiti taking what was left. But, as is so common amongst all with darkness in their hearts, those who had power would not be satisfied until they had more. War broke out, alliances being made and broken in a second, as the once civilized races slew each other in droves in vain attempts to get one more seat of power. The kobolds, on the brink of annihilation, sought out a new draconic god who would protect them. Instead, they found Jogotha. A powerful and terrible dragon, Jogotha cared not for the suffering of those around him. Taking advantage of the warring continent, Jogotha razed Ariane to the ground, seeking to carve a mighty empire in his name. A last desperate alliance stood firm against Jogotha, and after a terrible battle, the dragon was finally slain. With Ariane torn apart, and no one in any shape to continue the war, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. Now, many years later, Ariane has started to rebuild, and the age of clockwork has begun. And our unlikely heroes, gathered first to celebrate a harvest festival, may soon find themselves at the center of another war. Trevlon, the halfling bard.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this mystery right after I've had this little nap.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
You must understand, I will do whatever it takes.
Malifang, the half-elf rogue.
You have me rather curious. Tell me something about you.
Thavagath, the Goliath barbarian.
With victory comes honor. And goes.
And Momo, the Arakakra cleric.
You seem tense. Let me help you.
From humble beginnings, these brave adventurers may soon find themselves the key to saving the fallen empires. Last time on Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. Our heroes encountered the Mad Rat King and attempted to talk him down, but ultimately failed. So while he was busy throwing vials of acid and fire at them, our heroes managed to grab him, tie him up with rope, and lock him inside the armoire of invincibility. However, in the process, Trevlon was bitten by the Rat King, infecting him with were-rat lycanthropy. Returning to the surface, Momo and Trevlon went to see the various temples to see if any of them could cure lycanthropy, only to be met with no luck. While Thavagath and Corellian went to the citizens' jail of the vibrant city of Port Myrandu to see if they could turn in the Rat King and get him somewhere safe where he wouldn't hurt anyone. Unfortunately, in doing so, Thavagath antagonized one of the guards and got thrown in jail himself. After bailing out Thavagath, our heroes returned to the Fiery Grog Tavern to get a night's rest before their search for Momo's mentor begins anew in the new day at Port Myrandu. What mysteries will they find in the port that never sleeps? What is the nature of the Mark of the Deep that has taken both Corellian and Thavagath? Will Thavagath have learned his lesson? I'm sorry, I can't go through it. It's a Phil character. Of course he won't learn his lesson. Find out on the next episode of Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. Hello, and welcome to Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. As usual, I am your lovely host, Alex, and I'm here with some very lovely people. We have Atlas.
I don't know if lovely really cuts it, but hi everyone.
Well, fine, we don't have any lovely people.
Well,
Where
I
are
was
you,
just
Joe?
talking about me. I'm not lovely. You guys are lovely.
Fine, jeez. We've got Joja.
I have no innocence left.
Alright, we have Scott.
Hey all, how's it going? It's fine, don't worry about it. Where's the body? Nope, not here.
Kidding.
We have Phil.
My eyebrows keep taking my shoes.
And we have Walrus.
Hi-yo, so where are my feet?
This is apparently a game they're playing to have the most interesting intro.
I don't know.
I say we make this a thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I don't know who won out of both of us.
So
I don't think it's a challenge.
So you may notice a couple things are different here on the screen. Welcome to Camp Streamix. I am the host of Team Fallen, your lovely overlord Alex. So all bits donated during this stream will benefit Team Fallen for the lovely stream stick. What is it? It's a stick.
Yay!
Yeah.
The best team.
And to justify getting some bits, I have changed the bit tracker from Unleashing a Wild Magic Table to Unleashing the Deck of Magic Things. You see,
But Alex, what does the deck of many things do?
it's the deck of magic things, Scott. Yeah.
What does the
Well,
deck of
excuse
magical
me.
things do, Alex?
You see, once we reach a total of 500 bits, one of you can draw a number of cards that you say from the deck of magic things, and they all have strange and mystical properties. One of them might summon a dragon. Another might give you a disease. Another might have a very helpful paladin be summoned. You never know until you draw.
Does that mean I'm the
Golly!
unhelpful
That sounds
paladin?
wonderful.
Yeah, but that's not all. You see, if we get to 1,500 bits, so 300%, you, the audience, get to choose what type of card gets added to the deck of magic things. That's right, added to the deck of magic things for even more chaos.
Wow!
Wow.
Golly! I
Boy,
sure don't
howdy.
hate myself enough.
What a deal! So, make sure to donate bits and let the chaos begin. Alright. So, with that out of the way, it is the dawn of a new day in Port Myrandu. You've all returned to the Fiery Grog Tavern to get some rest. Current pressing issues. The Rat King is currently being held in Citizen's Jail inside the Armoire of Invincibility. You're not sure if anyone has fed him. Trevlon is infected with were-rat lycanthropy. Momo's mentor is still missing. And Trevlon's rapier should be repaired by now in the market.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Alright. You all wake up.
I should mention that Trevlon has been not in the room. I should say that. He's been in the bar room writing all night.
Alright. Fair enough.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good talk.
Yes.
I'm still going to count that as a long rest, though, for Trevlon.
What a benevolent DM.
I appreciate that.
Long rest. Alright, let me just... There we go. Lovely stuff.
Well, that being said, I don't know if you lot have any sort of sense of obligation when it comes to the Rat King, but I guess I do. So once I'm done with, food and preparing myself for the day, I'm probably going to go get him some food and maybe try and talk to him. I don't know if that'll work or not, but I'll be paying a visit.
You need some muscle.
I mean, I don't see why I would be needing some muscle, considering he's in a hole in an armoire of invincibility, but I mean, feel free to do whatever you want. If anyone wants to come along, then sure. If not, then sure.
Thavageth looks at Tiny Borb and says, and just kind of gestures to his shoulder.
Momo lightly hops onto his shoulder.
I'm ready to go. I got my things.
Where are you two going?
With you.
Oh, you're going with me. I actually was going to check in with Trevlon first to make sure, to see if I couldn't help with his little, issue.
Sounds good.
That sounds good.
You coming, little elf?
Yeah, of course. Why don't I have any recollection of any of this happening?
Don't worry about
It's
it.
fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't
You say
worry.
so.
Fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Everything's okay. So with that, I will probably go downstairs and, yeah, go find Trevlon.
Great.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Trevlon is downstairs at the Fiery Grog Tavern, with the bags under his eyes somehow gotten heavier.
Basically, kind of looks like he doesn't look very well, but it's not because he's sick. He just looks like he's just run a marathon or something. But he doesn't look very good at the moment.
I would pay good money to see a halfling run a marathon. I'll say that much.
Are the bags so heavy that he can't hold his head up?
I think you mean waddle a marathon.
At this point, his head is just on the table. His hat is very much slightly ajar. Not really on his head, but it's trying to stay on there. You can't tell if he's passed out, but his pen is still on the paper.
Is he still writing?
Is he?
It's certainly kind of moving.
Okay,
You can't tell if.
Savagath is gonna put his hand in front of his face and click as loudly as possible.
Well, isn't his face on the feckin' table right now?
Well, yeah, just right in front
How
of
are you going to insert your hand in between his face and the table?
Okay, in the general vicinity. Fuck.
Trevlon, as soon as he hears that, starts up and goes like, ah! And sort of just immediately just stands up and sort of points his pen at the party stressedly, and goes
God.
Momo jumps back and hides
us.
behind
It's just us.
Savagath's
It's just
shoulder.
us.
Oh right, yeah, I was did I finish it? And Trevlon, in a moment of hysteria, just checks the paper that he was writing on and goes, "But I did actually write it." Alex, do I need to roll anything to see how good this piece of journalism is?
Yeah, sure. Roll a wisdom check with your calligrapher's tools.
Calligrapher's surprise, attribute, wisdom.
Oh.
It's fairly solid writing. Definitely not your best work, but definitely you could probably submit it to the guild and it would get published.
Okay, that's a good start. I kind of lost track of my brain. I think I may have passed out but continued writing at about hour 5. I think it works. I don't see many typos.
So, are you gonna put away your deadly weapon?
Oh, yeah. And Trevlon stuffs that into his satchel and goes, "Sorry about that. I've been in weird situations when it comes to writing. I once was at this tavern where I got snapped at, and it was turning out that the whole place was actually being raided, and I was just asleep whilst it was being robbed. Didn't go well for them, I should say. I'm fine. I totally didn't lose any of my belongings."
I mean, they don't say the pen's mightier than the sword for no reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I learned that very quickly that day. I
Malphine
didn't realize
cocks,
how sharp they are.
Malphine cocks his head and looks to the table at the paper and just sort of takes a glance at it. So, what is all of this?
Well, okay. So you know how I was scratching and doodling all the way down when I was in the thing, the downstairs. This is the finished product. This is essentially my retelling of the affair. Good retelling is what I'll say. Basically, what happens now is I go to the office, I put this in, and I say, "Sir, I need this to be published ASAP." And then the boss probably looks at me for a minute and goes, and doesn't really say anything because he's annoyed at me for something I don't understand what I did. And then it gets published. Maybe it goes well. Don't know. We'll find out. I'm gonna. Oh, was I sleeping just then? I can't tell.
I don't think any of us could tell.
Not entirely sure.
If Avagath at this point just walks over to the bar and asks for a cold glass of water.
Right, got it. That'll be 2 copper.
2 copper. You.
Great. The bartender, Top Deer to Flame, gets you a glass of water.
You to Rooney. I'll give that to You just like plonk it in front of Trevlon. Sorry, how much copper was it? 2 copper?
2 copper.
No, cool.
Sighs, takes a deep breath, takes off his hat, and sort of sloshes, like throws the water at his face. And he's a bit like a dog at this point. Okay, right, that's that done. Thank you for the water. I needed that. Feels really refreshed now. Feel great. Feel fantastic. Oh, yeah, I'm suffering from a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are
Momo
you?
jumps off
how are you
Thavagat's
feeling?
shoulder onto the table and walks up to Trevlon and just kneels down and picks him up by the face. Are you feeling okay?
Someone, so that's a good start.
Like, what are you feeling right now? What are your symptoms, I guess?
Does sleeplessness count?
Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
Mm,
I don't really know much about this. Lycanthropy in general isn't exactly one of my strong suits.
Keep it down.
I wasn't talking about anything in particular to do with me. I was talking about a friend.
Oh, for
The-
fuck's sake.
The Fiery Grog Tavern is usually loud enough with enough conversations going on that you can pretty safely talk about whatever and people might not hear you.
Hey, okay. Yeah, so this where at lycanthropy.
So this we're at lycanthropy.
Did somebody say what lycanthropy?
Yeah, I said where at.
Man, we gotta figure out some way to get rid of this we're at lycanthropy.
Alright, that's as far. That's more than enough dicking around. People are staring now.
Would you lot feck off?
would
I'm
you
sorry, I
please-
absolutely adore the fact.
No, not.
I adore the fact that even the DM is getting embarrassed in public.
I mean, I don't blame him.
I appreciate
Nice soundboard.
are you doing this on purpose?
Doing what on purpose?
Never mind.
Don't.
All right,
do
okay. Enough about my serious crippling illness. You need to fix this. Or somebody needs to fix this. I can't fix it because I'm not a doctor.
Well, I will certainly do my best. You went to the Temple of Coralon and the Raven Queen yesterday, right?
Yes.
Right?
Did. Yes.
Alright, it sounds like Trevlon's mic is cutting out a little bit. Sorry about
Okay.
that. Well,
The
that
internet is bad.
Yes, we did.
internet is bad.
Internet bad.
What
What
is
is it?
this internet you
Agreed.
speak of?
What's the internet ever done for us?
Who is this 4chan?
Oh, no.
Well, I will do my best, but I would rather not try this in a crowded bar. So if we could maybe go upstairs or somewhere a little
Wise
quieter.
decision. Wise
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you need,
Like
I
an
could
idea.
go with you.
I mean,
I mean, you know
sure.
what? I'll take any second opinion that I can get.
All right.
Yeah. With that, Corellian will go back up to the room for relative privacy to try and cure Trevlon's illness with my lay on hands.
I
Alright.
go as well. And do I have to prepare a spell to try and help with Corellian if they are up for help?
For lay on hands, I think that's not something that requires a roll. It's just, I say I use lay on hands and it happens.
All right, cool, excellent.
Great.
Corellian, do you think the spell would work better if we did it at the same time?
Tell you what, I will try on my own first, and then if it doesn't work, then we can try it in tandem, yeah?
All right, sounds good.
Cool. So with that, I will place my hands on Trevlon's shoulders and attempt to use my lay on hands to cure him of the lycanthropy.
Great. Alright. You channel sheer force of will because you don't really follow a deity despite being a paladin, and you channel force of will into Trevlon, trying to make the disease of Werat lycanthropy go away. And you succeed. He is cured. Yeah.
Hey!
I am no longer a terrifying amalgamation of pain and rats.
You were never a terrifying amalgamation of pain and rats. That would have been the next full moon.
Revlon, you feel the sensation of no longer having to be a terrifying amalgamation of pain and rats leave your body.
I'm a human being.
No, you're
Yeah.
half.
Well, you're a halfling.
What's
Being again.
I'll just kind of raise one of my hands and just kind of pat you gently on the cheek. You're fine. Everything's fine.
I
Don't
jump up
worry
and
about
hug him
it.
because I'm very happy that this is finally over.
Give him a pat on the back.
That
Light
being
pat on the
said,
back.
if you feel anything strange around, the full moon, time, just let me know and we will figure something out.
Mm.
We'll take care of it.
Hankering for cheese near the full moon, I shall let you know. What are we going to do about both the Rat King and, well, everything else, really?
Fuck.
Hmm.
Well,
We have to prove that he did something wrong, right?
no, you don't. You can just kind of throw people in jail and pay for it. That's what I did. 30 days paid up front, and he's in the pit for 30 days, which definitely is kind of telling about the, justice system around here. So,
But won't he eventually be free?
well, yeah, that's the rub. I want to go back and ask him if maybe he has any family or something like that. Maybe they could take him in, but for obvious reasons, he may not be very receptive to what I have to say. Just sort of like point at my shoulder, which is covered up by my armor, but still, yeah.
Well, after I've handed in my article here, I could give it a go with people.
I could try as well if it means anything.
Bring some food with you. Who knows if he's been fed?
That's a brilliant idea! Anyone can be swayed with any kind of food, right? Depends on what they like.
Yeah, that's also true. What do you think a Rat King likes?
I mean, he's an elf, but also a rat. Maybe some really nice cheese?
What about bread?
Bread and
That's
cheese
like bread.
sandwiches?
Bread, cheese, and wine. That sounds like maybe that could work.
Sounds like
I
a
mean-
picnic.
Wine is a great way to grease anyone's gears, right?
I guess.
Well, most people's gears. Pardon.
Okay, so our course of action then. Go to the Rat King, ask him about the scary stuff, about his past, about what made him do the things he did. Well, okay, to be honest, I really need to hand in this article as soon as possible, just to make sure that we can start getting the word around real quick.
I've actually never been in the Journalism Guild offices. I'm kind of curious.
Oh, it's a fun time. And by that I mean it can be a fun time if you're the boss.
You're not you, is what you're saying.
I'm not a bad journalist, neither am I a bad person. Does not
Well,
necessarily
I mean-
mean that I am liked by everyone.
You're not
I
fond
have-
of it, or
Writing about stuff. I love discovering the truths of today's society, generally writing about things. In its essence, I love it. But the person I hand my belongings to, my work, the person who runs the show, is...
A hard ass.
Let's just meet. How about, you know what? If we're in the neighborhood, you might as well meet him, get a good impression.
I mean,
And if you want to come, that is.
Sure.
I don't see why not. I'm intrigued now.
You know what? I have not actually taken anybody to the offices in a while, mostly because I don't really have many friends outside of work. That's besides the point.
So sad.
That's besides the point. Let's go to my work and not talk about the lack of friends I have. Yes, sounds like a good idea.
oh, and pick up your rapier too, yeah, Trevlin?
Yeah, that happened. Yeah, I should get
Yeah.
that fixed.
Well, it's been fixed. That's the point.
This is true.
Let's get that done.
Yes. I suppose that would help.
Yeah,
Great.
let's do that.
Great.
Well, let's roll then.
So, you are heading back over to Noble Blades, yes?
Yes.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Great. All right. You head out of the Fiery Grog Tavern and go back to the Market District. A couple minutes after Noble Blades has opened up. The bazaar has not moved. The bazaar is basically always there with a bunch of people hawking their goods. Like, I've got meats, I've got wine, I've got a red dragon egg. And, hey, thank you for the bits.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Bits more like yes.
Yes.
No,
Yes, that's it.
try again.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying again. That was perfect.
It was fantastic.
Hmm.
And,
You did good.
you return to Noble Blades. It's a little quieter now that it's still early in the morning. And as you go in, instead of Peter, the guy who was manning the counter last night running it, there is a younger-looking woman. Edmund, who was smithing in the back, is still there. The woman sees you come in and says, "Hello, how can I help you?"
Hello, I am here to pick up a rapier I was getting repaired.
Yeah. Do you have the ticket for it?
Do I have a ticket for it?
Yes, you do.
Hmm.
All right, I hand over the ticket.
Great. You hand over the ticket. She looks over it, and she turns to the back and says, "Edmund Trevlon's here to pick up his rapier." Then you hear, like, this disgruntled sigh from the back as Edmund stops working on what looks like an axe in the back, then goes off towards a storage room, rummages through things, and comes back out with your rapier. It is now sharpened and cleared of grey ooze. He hands it back to you and says, "Try not to get it so dirty next time."
Eddie. Right. How, remind me about the attack and damage of this thing, just so I definitely have it right.
You should still have it in your character sheet. Yeah, basically, there you go. Yeah, you had a -1 penalty to damage. That penalty is now gone. You are back to normal. Also, thank you for the bits.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that's amazing. I love bits.
Mhm. Bits are great. Bits will summon up the deck of magic things if we get that bar to 100%.
Oh, don't! Oh, you scared me there. For a minute there, I was like, well, speaking of bits and things that happen because of bits, here's the thing that happens because of bits.
Yeah, not quite. We're a little under 60% right now.
Oh dear.
Have I paid anything for it already? I've paid for it already,
Yeah,
have I?
You have paid for it already. You are good.
Right, got it.
Hmm.
Enough. I thank the person who has given me such a fine rapier, and I head out and presumably in the direction of the journalism guild.
Right, come back and see us sometime. And
Well,
you head out of the Noble Blades. Did anyone want to do some shopping while they were there, or are you just going to follow Trevlon?
What
you know,
shops are around
actually-
the area?
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna buy a net at the Noble Blades.
Great. Yes, they sell nets. As I show the menu, so to speak, of what the Noble Blades has to offer.
Indeed, I will happily hand over the 1 gold in order to procure a net, because why not? It could be useful.
Great. All right. You hand over the gold, and the woman at the counter writes down the transaction. Says, "Pleasure doing business with you."
Much obliged.
You
what
now
are
have-
the other stores in the area? Oh, sorry.
Sorry. You now have a net, and you are in the Market District. There are plenty of stores in the area.
I love that shop lady. She's so cute.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, little bird.
I'd like to
Bird
walk
noises.
around. Well, Trevlon. No,
Hmm?
yeah. No.
Oh, no,
Oh.
James. I know who I am.
We
I
got
know who I
bits.
Oh no.
Bits.
Ooh.
God damn it,
Bits,
Meg.
we're ready to get the madness rolling. Thank you, Sunev.
Uh-oh.
All right. So, Scott, it is
Yes.
because you're the last person to talk before we got the bits. You get to draw from the
no.
deck of magic things. How many cards would you like to draw?
Just the one, please.
Just draw the one. Okay, yeah. Just go
That'll be
over
boring. Do 12.
and draw one card from it.
Pray for me.
Yeah. Great.
Oh, do I click on it or?
Yeah, click on it and then drag it onto the board so everyone can see what it is.
The suspense is killing me.
I don't like the look of this. So it says the uprising.
The Uprising. Got it. All right. You just click on it and drag it onto the board in general, and that should have it be shown to
Oh,
everyone.
I see.
The Uprising. Ha ha ha. Yes.
I don't like that laugh.
That's really small. Hey.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that looks just like Uprising.
Yeah, that's exactly what Uprising looks like.
Uprising is a mob of angry peasants.
Great.
Who knew?
All right.
Uprising is secretly a mob of angry peasants in an overcoat.
So, what did you say you were going to do, Scott / Malifane?
I was going to look around and look through the shops and see what there was.
Great. Okay, so you step out of Noble Blades, and as you do, you are surrounded by 3 angry-looking goblins.
Oh no.
Hello.
No.
How are you? How are you, gentlemen, doing?
Hey,
Or ladies? I see. I'm sorry. I don't think I speak Goblin, but hello, help, help!
Okay,
Malifane, are you okay? I hear angry blabbling.
I think they are hagglers.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go ahead and just say Thavagath walks in front and steps in front of Malifane and tries to intimidate them.
Great. Roll intimidation.
I'm gonna roll intimidation. Heck yeah. Where is it? There it is, you beautiful bastard. Oh,
All right.
yeah, beautiful.
Oh, excellent.
You cross your arms and look very stern at the goblins, who continue very slowly advancing and going.
I see.
Oh.
Yes. Well.
I see they
Um,
cannot be intimidated.
Hmm.
Can I try
don't-
intimidation?
Nothing's going to change.
Dang it. I just want to try.
Does anybody speak Goblin?
No. So, you lot want to fight, or do you lot want to run? We are in the market district.
Can
surrounded by
I
a
roll
lot of
insight to
people.
see if I can figure out the intention of them, or?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Let's see.
All right. Okay, that's close enough to a really high roll, but I'm going to say you look closer at the goblins to see if there's behavior, and notice that they've been kind of looping the same motions over and over. And then you see they're actually kind of like life-size drawings of goblins instead of actual goblins.
That's odd.
Uh-huh.
So we can burn them.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
hold on. Let's just see what's behind.
I
Let's
was thinking
see.
put some
So
water
wait,
on
they're
them.
drawings. So
So
let's
hold on,
pick up.
I want to burn
yeah.
let
them
me try and
alive.
draw them since I revealed their drawings.
Perfect.
Oh, goody.
Yes.
Give them
Look at this
angry eyes.
quality art.
Oh
Give
my.
them angry eyes. Thick,
Extremely
black, angry
eyes.
eyebrows.
Give them thoroughly angry
I
eyes.
I have eyebrow PTSD, I will have you know.
Alright, I'll do it.
There you go. There are the goblins.
All right. So wait, are they actually drawings or are they
Yeah.
actually goblins? I can't. Tell.
They're drawings of goblins.
Okay. I'm just gonna look around. I'm just gonna walk around and see who's carrying this piece of paper.
You don't notice anything but a strange deck of cards in your back pocket.
How did these get here? I don't. Okay.
Damn, that's meta.
Guys, any of you play cards?
Recreation.
not really.
I mean, occasionally, yes. I'm not very good at it. I mean, I wouldn't advise you play against me because you would totally lose.
Very convincing.
Yes. Yeah.
I
Why do
think
you
this
ask?
I think this might be summoning magic. Or at least just really poor drawing.
Alright, well, just for that, you take
Wow.
9 awful don't criticize my drawing damage.
Oh, I deserve that. I suddenly feel I just feel like a presence from above just strike me down. Ow!
Okay, so just to confirm, these drawings of goblins, are they just literal drawings of goblins on a piece of paper wobbled in front of us, or are they animated, two-dimensional drawings of goblins?
Animated 2-dimensional drawings of goblins.
Oh god,
Oh,
they're
no, I'm disappointed.
Doodle Bob.
They're Doodle
They
Bob.
are just Doodle
Doodle Bob! No!
To attack us.
Bob.
Is there a well
crave
or a
death.
spring of water anywhere near us?
They haven't actually attacked you, they're just, waving in front of you going,
I
Me,
don't think they're gonna do much harm.
Trevlon, Trevlon, wait. You have a quill and ink. Can't you make them happy?
Good call.
I'm gonna put this pen to good use. Trevlon pen dips it in ink, and steps forwards towards one of the goblins, and sees if they do anything crazy.
Nope.
Happy face on one of the goblins.
You know what? You get inspiration for that.
Yeah.
Wait,
Trevlon, you get inspiration for doodling
Yes.
happy face on the goblins.
yes.
Congratulations.
Perfect.
Who's now a smiling goblin, and they fade away, giving you a thumbs up, and they're now very happy.
See you later, space goblin.
Now, how do we get rid of them?
Really
I
just
think
going to
they're
pat you
living.
on the back. Good job.
How
Yay.
did I just
Magic.
Okay.
It's okay. Don't
Magic.
worry about it.
There was unholy magic in this area, and I do not feel comfortable.
I feel very comfortable. I think I'd just like I think
I take out my journal and I just write on the next page, beware of doodle goblins.
I just get on the floor and I just curl up in a ball and just lay there for a second. Just need to lay down for a second. Just give me 5 minutes.
I shall
You're-
pick
you're
up
really-
bourbon. I shall pick up bourbon and just tuck them into the little fluffy flaps that I have on my dress.
Yay!
Is that what you're calling it?
You're
I'm
sticking Borb down your pants?
No, I'm wrapping up in the flaps in front of my dress.
No, why? Why?
They're like big pouches.
This bit here,
That's your pants!
Yeah.
yes, but only this bit that's hanging out of the pants.
There's,
Yeah,
there's nothing holding them up!
It's a pouch.
No, of course there isn't. I'm gonna cradle them and just wrap it round like swaddling.
I am thinking far too much about your loincloth. I did not expect to be doing this advanced. fucking-
Advanced loinclothery.
Yeah, precisely. You know what? As long as you're off the damn ground because it's filthy, you can go right ahead.
Now that we've basically
Anyway, Trevlon, where's your
Yeah.
journalism guild?
way, now let's not think about that too hard because I'm pretty sure if we do, the universe will break itself in twain. So let's
It
just
hasn't done that already.
don't think about it. it'll get worse. That's how this thing works, you know? I'm not sure what this
Okay.
thing is, but it will get worse. Let's just go and enjoy life.
Great. So, Malifane, did you still want to take a look around and see what shops are there as you're heading towards the Journalism Guild building?
Yes, please.
All right, roll investigation.
Got it. Do I still feel pain?
Yes, you still feel the pain of some extra-dimensional force kicking you in the dick for criticizing its drawings. Okay, is there any particular shop you were looking for? Like, there was a weapons shop, or were you looking for something like an armor shop or a food store, or...
Let me think. I had two things in mind. One for more just like... Yeah, I suppose armor and also a library.
Oh, great. There are actually, both of those in town. Thank you for the Bitsberry pie.
Thank you.
You look around and ask around a bit as to what the best, armor store in town is, and you hear tell that that would be the Dark Helmet, and you are also told, don't be afraid of the name, that's just someone's, cruel joke, naming it Dark Helmet. And then for a library, you think that the best place not only in town, but in all of Ariane is Carpe Librum Booksellers.
Carpe Librum Bookseller. Alright, well I am still in horrible pain, and it's not going to help much now, but I feel like, just caution to the wind, after what just transpired, I'm going to walk towards the Dark Helmet and see what I can pick up.
Great. Is anyone going with him?
I'll go with him.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to see his local library.
Alright. Trevlon, are you going with them?
Yeah, I might as well.
Alright.
Did you just
so-
hiccup?
Alright, so you head over towards the Dark Helmet, and you go in there. It's a pretty sturdy-looking stone building, and there's a sign outside saying, open almost every hour. So, you open the door, and there are a couple different sets of armor on mannequins scattered around the store. And towards the back, you see a big, bulky man talking to a young man you find very familiar. The young man being Bryce Halfheart, and the two are looking very happy talking to each other.
Oh, Bryce!
Well, hello. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
And Bryce turns to you and says, Dad, those are the people! Those are the people who got me out! And the large man stops hugging Bryce, turns over to you, and asks, You're the ones who freed my boy?
Yes,
that
sir.
would be us, yes.
I can't thank you enough. Allow me to introduce myself. He sticks out a big, meaty hand. Ilfin Halfheart, at your service.
I extend my tiny bird hand and shake his finger.
It's adorable.
And then Thavagaf extends his giant plate of a hand.
Yes. Despite you being a Goliath and him being a human, Ilfin's hand is almost as big as yours, Thavagath. This is a big dude.
I love him, and I want him to hug me.
Yeah.
Can I just, slowly turn this handshake into an arm wrestle?
I mean, you can certainly try. Do you want him to know that you're turning it into an arm wrestle?
Yeah, friendly, of course. Nothing angry. Just
And break his hand.
He says, maybe when I'm not on duty, friend.
Yeah.
Now,
Right.
Say
There-
on duty.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, by the way. Hi, Trevlon. What do you work as, by the way?
I'm the in-house blacksmith here at Dark Helmet. I do repairs, I fix armor, I make armor, and, what I was going to say is, I can't thank you enough for getting my boy back to me. He's all I have left. So,
It's no sweat.
yeah, and then he, reaches below the desk serving as the register. It's not much, but, and then he, lays down a sack on the desk. Take it, it's yours. It's all I've got, but it's all worth it.
Oh, sir, it was absolutely
in it?
no problem.
You look in it, there's 100 gold in there.
Whoa!
Tasty.
Me life savings.
Good.
All worth it to get me boy back. And Bryce says, Dad, you're embarrassing me.
Oh,
And he
don't
just-
be embarrassed. He loves you.
He just kind of gives Bryce a friendly pat on the back.
Excuse
and
me.
it's just like accidentally pummels him to the floor.
Excuse me, sir. What did you call this?
My life savings. Yeah, that's what I said.
Your
Oh,
life savings.
Yeah, in that case, I'm just gonna look. Thavagash's just gonna look at the rest of the group and
I shake
just
my
kind
tiny
of
head.
polite. Yeah, I assume
Nah.
everyone's agreement.
yeah.
We didn't save the kid because we thought it would be worthwhile monetarily. We saved him because he was going to get hurt otherwise.
Yeah, if it's his life savings, it's probably
Yeah, you
better put to
keep
use.
It was
elsewhere.
just the
Thavagash's
right
gonna
thing to
use
do,
his-
sir. Please,
his
keep it.
meaty digits to slide the
All right.
slide the bag
With
back
all
to
of
him.
you saying no, thanks, you don't want it, he slowly nods and puts this life savings back. Well, I suppose I can offer you a discount if you need armor repaired. Least I could do.
That would be very kind of you.
Meantime, if you'd like to look around my store, this is what we've got to offer.
Would very much like to look around your store.
Oh, yes. Whilst we do that, can I ask a question?
Oh, of course.
Have you Bryce, have you told the guards about, your experiences down there?
No, the guards are hella corrupt. Fuck the man. And,
Vanity.
Ilfin turns to him and says, Bryce, language!
Oh, no, I understand. I'm a journalist. Fuck the man, all that jazz. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to be empathetic. The thing is, though, we're not going to be able to get any sort of conviction on the Rat King without good evidence, and personally manhandled by him. If, when the time comes, we do want to actually try and pursue justice on the bloke, you would be our best bet. So, we were just wondering if you'd be up for that, if the time came.
Can't you just throw him in citizen's jail or something? I mean, it's 5 silver a night?
We did that, but we want to prove that he actually did something wrong instead of him going in there without reason and coming out in 30 days. We need an actual reason for him to stay there.
I mean, if he's on bad behavior, he's probably going to stay there for a little bit.
Debatable whether or not. The thing is, the guards might just say, I don't care, and just toss him out into the streets when they get bored of him.
Roll persuasion.
All of us?
No, just Trevlon, since he's the one really pushing for it.
Come on. Nat 2.
You're telling me to fight for the man, dude. No. What are you even talking about, dude?
Can I try?
No. Circumstances haven't changed, so it wouldn't do anything.
Well, that's a shame, considering if he bites anyone else, there might not be any man left.
Roll
If you
intimidation.
catch my drift. Yeah. Hold on.
As you say this, Bryce instinctively flinches and grabs his arm where the Rat King bit him. And he looks nervous, and Ilfin notices this and says, my boy's had a long couple of days. Maybe you need some rest, isn't that right, son? And Bryce just kind of nods and averts his gaze from you.
It's probably for the best. Either way, I put down 30 days on him, so we have some time to figure it out.
Great.
Yeah. So I need to buy any armor myself.
I'm looking at the armor, actually. I don't see much advantage to most of this. Not to me, anyway.
Yeah.
Why buy armor when you have well-oiled pecs?
I know.
Yeah, because you're a barbarian, you get unarmored defense, so you're probably better off without armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, then so unarmed defense is 10 plus dexterity modifier plus dexterity. That's 14.
I have right now anyway.
And nothing else.
Trevlon, you have you have leather armor.
Is there anything that's higher than leather armor?
Everything?
Basically everything.
Get yourself some plate. It's fine.
Studded leather is probably
what
the
are you
best.
proficient in?
See, I'm sufficient in light armor.
Then probably studded leather is the best light armor that they have.
cost?
Yeah, it is. Just looked it up.
Mm-hmm. You could also buy padded leather if you want it to be worse than what you have.
I think I just clicked away the price. Oh, there's the price sheet. There it is, right. It's 45 gold. I only have 47. I'll stick. I kind of want to try and get saving up for the crossbow at the moment, so I think I'll pass for now.
Great. All right.
Small man. You okay? Talking to Trevlon, just being like, "Hey, small man, are you okay?" What he said.
I'm all right. I'm just pondering. I don't think I need any armor at the moment. I'm saving up for something a little bit more ranged, so to speak.
If you want to.
Scott, by the way, is hopping out for a little bit. He will be back shortly, so that no one is wondering, where's Malifane?
Where's he at? He'll be
I can't
okay.
believe Malifane has fucking disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is an extra 1 to my armor class worth it or nah?
What are you looking at getting?
Scale mail. That's 14 plus my dexterity, which is 1.
Are you proficient?
Currently 14. I don't know what.
Are you proficient in medium armor?
Armor, light, medium, and shields, yeah. Oh, actually, shield. That's a good point. Hold up. Does shield count as actual armor, or like would that affect my?
A shield is something that goes on top of armor. I am fairly sure that cancels out unarmored defense.
Poopy. Yeah, no, what's it?
Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. It doesn't counter unarmored defense, but you need one hand to use it, so...
Yeah, no two-handed.
Let's see, what have I got? Javelin... the Great Club and the Javelin are both... Actually, Javelin, Great Club, and Trident, they're all one-handed, aren't they?
Javelin is one-handed. Great Club, I'm pretty sure, is two-handed. Great Axe is two-handed. Yeah.
Trident?
Trident is not. Trident is one-handed.
And I assume Storm Herald is also two-handed.
Storm's Herald is one-handed.
Ooh, okay. In that case, I will buy a shield.
Great.
And just so I've got that when necessary, like if I end up using exclusively the Javelin or Storm's Herald, which I probably will a lot. I like Storm Herald. It makes my loincloth quiver.
Good to know. All right.
Okay, so yeah.
So you buy a shield, and he picks one up off the rack of shields and hands it to you. Best make you'll ever find.
I like it. How much?
10 gold.
How much for me?
I can't change the prices on this. The boss would kill me.
That's fair. Thank you. Okay, 10 gold. Down at 60. Oh yeah. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. You'll get good use out of that.
Okay, so just in terms of how this actually works, if I want to use the shields, can I just assume that I have it out at a certain point, or do I?
You have to say that you're equipping the shield.
Have to. Yeah. So and when I've got the shield equipped, I can't use any of the two-handed things.
You cannot use any two-handed things with the shield. It's too unwieldy to do that.
Right. And mid-battle, can I just put the shield away and then use a two-handed thing, or am I?
That would take a bonus action, I would say, to swap two things. But...
Okay. Righty-ho. I'm gonna have that unequipped for now.
Yeah. Leave it unequipped? Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do I? Oh, okay.
Does anyone else need armor?
No.
Not me.
Great.
No.
All right. I'm going to assume Malifane also pointed out, there is a bookseller, but he's also in the void, so I'm not sure if you want to bother going there quite yet.
I'll bother going there for.
Malphane said he wanted to put 10G down to purchase some hide armor. Did we do that already?
He is not proficient in hide armor.
Okay. Right. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you said you were going to the bookseller?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just making double sure because I don't want to lose track of anything and be like a bad DM who doesn't pay attention. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Great. All right. You head out of the Dark Helmet and you go towards Carpe Librum Booksellers. It is, it's a kind of a smaller store than the rest. It goes a little longer than most of the stores you've seen, but from the sign, you see that it looks kind of a mom and pop-ish. It's only a couple of people who actually run the place. So, you walk inside, and flanking the door are a couple of sets of armor, full plate armor that do not look to be occupied by anything, which makes sense because they look decorative to you. There are a couple of rows of books, register in the halfway point of the store with way more books behind it, and there is an old woman behind the desk. Then an older man comes up to you and says,
Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming to our humble store. My name's David. That's Ethel. How can I help you today?
Oh. Well, hello there. My name is Momo, and these are my companions.
Pleasure to meet you all.
I extend my little bird hand.
He shakes it with a shaking hand.
Thank you.
But,
We just wanted to look around and see what you have in stock.
Oh, of course. You won't find anything finer than this selection here.
and as you look around, you see they've actually got a lot, like way more than any mom and pop store should. And from behind the desk you hear, "We've scoured the plates for all sorts of information."
That's very nice, Ethel.
Wow, I really like all of this stuff, but I don't know how much money I have.
You can check. Just go into your character sheet and look at how much gold you've got.
Okay.
What exactly is the call of Ichak?
Call of a chuck. Let me see. I don't remember precisely what that one is.
And then Ethel from behind the counter says, "A tome of forbidden law from the ancient dread realms of Relia." And David says,
Yeah, she'd probably know better than me.
I know this. Would this tome have anything to do with the deep, perchance? I've been researching it for a story recently.
I've tried reading it. Couldn't make heads or tails of the thing. Written in a language I don't speak. Also tried to bite me.
Some books
in it?
Some books have a spine. This one's got teeth.
Ooh.
Promising.
That is concerning in terms of books.
I've seen worse.
You've got a nice stock here, don't you?
Of course we do. We beam them from all across the known universe, and also some of the unknown.
Can't find it.
Check journal.
Yeah, where it says 61, it's there.
Oh, okay.
That's you. That's how much gold you have.
Oh, nice. I only got 18. Dang it. Okay.
Hey, check the local newspaper and see what stories have been going on recently.
Okay.
Great. You hand over bits for the local newspaper. It is the newspaper you work for. It's just called The Times by the Journalism Guild. You look around, most of the articles are about, little hustle and bustle daily life. There are a couple articles that catch your eye. There's one that says, Kobolds building fantastical new device off the shore of the city of Shimmering Lights. Then there is another one that says,
elves starting to leave Ashran Alora en masse. No one knows why. People complaining about poison. And then a third one towards the bottom that reads, "Where the hell is Trevlon Bluequill? He was supposed to turn his thing in days ago."
Shit. Trevlon sees this, and you can hear him mumbling this, like mumbling, "Oh God, what have I done? Oops, oh dear, oh haha," under his breath, a little bit frightenedly. And you see that he's got an extra bag now.
Yeah. Carly's just gonna kind of reach over his shoulder and pluck the newspaper to look at the Kobold article.
Great. It's talking about how they're building, like a huge. It's described as a fort made of metal that floats on the water off the shore of the city of Shimmering Lights.
Interesting.
The article writer was not allowed on, but he interviewed some Marrow about it, and they say it's supposed to bring some new economic prosperity to the city.
Interesting. We'll have to keep an eye out.
Definitely.
And I'll just sort of put the newspaper back into Trevlon's hands.
I'm just assuming his hands haven't moved as he's still processing the "Where the hell is Trevlon" article.
Trevlon's kind of stoned a little bit right now, and not in a good way. Like, literally turned to stone. It's bad. They're very, very still.
So, Momo, did you want to search for a particular book, or should we get going to the journalism guilds?
There's so many things I want to get, but I don't have the money for it.
Well,
So what journalism? We should probably go there real quick.
That's true.
really quickly, could I borrow your journal, Trevlon?
You just pick it up out of my pouch. I can't move right now.
I will fish in Trevlon's pouch, extricate the journal, and flip to the page where he has marked down what the Mark of the Deep looks like. And I will ask one of the shop proprietors if they have a book, or if they recognize the symbol.
Oh yeah, that one was in the Call of a Chak. I recognize the symbol.
Oh, aye.
No idea what it means.
The book itself, is that the one that is not written in common?
Yeah, that's the Call of Ichak. That's the one that's 500 gold.
I will put a pin in that, and I will potentially be back later. Thank you incredibly much for your valuable...
Yes, of course. It was lovely exploring your store.
We'll be back.
Of course,
It's a
of
good
course.
newspaper article.
So you're not buying anything?
No.
Does this shop have a policy against reading the books without buying it?
Like, they would prefer you didn't, but you can, like, take a quick browse before they cough awkwardly at you and then put it back on the shelf.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and, as everyone's setting off, just gonna have as quick of a browse as I can, see if I notice anything. Because I'm not sure what I need to roll for that, because I'm a dumbass.
Roll investigation.
Investigation.
Great. You see a lot of books. You have not told me what else you're looking for, so.
Oh, sorry, no, I'm looking in that particular book. The
Call of Ichak. That one, you see, it's actually bound shut with a thick leather belt. They don't let anyone just look at that one.
Alex, what was the name of the husband shopkeeper? What was his name?
David.
David. He sounds like Pongray from VeggieTales.
I'll take your word for it. I haven't seen VeggieTales.
I didn't know what the show is, but in terms of what he looks like, that's a good. I could say that the face, like the eyebrows and mustache suit.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Please continue, I'm sorry.
Off to the journalism guild, then.
Alright. You head out of the market. You head out of the Market Guild. Are you done?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Are you done? Come on.
Are you done? How dare you laugh at me?
Are you finished?
I'm sorry.
Great. You head out of the market and back towards the harbor where the Journalism Guild building is. You go into the building. It's like made of some mixture of stone and wood, and there are a bunch of halflings, gnomes, half-elves, and humans in there, busily scribbling away at things. And there's one particular half-elf who's busy tossing some papers into a device that, Trevlon, you recognize as basically a printing press that copies and binds the various articles together so you can sell them as newspapers.
It's delicious printing press. I debate whether or not I should go to him. Is standard procedure is like, I need to get this checked out by the boss first, right?
Yes.
I as much as I would like to get this printed as soon as possible, I keep going in search of where the boss's office is.
You head right to the boss's office, and as you open the door, two men immediately turn to you. One, the one sitting behind the desk, you immediately recognize as your boss, Golmut Gadongo, and he is a very overweight man with overalls that look like they're about to snap at any moment, smoking a big cigar, and he looks very, very angry at you. Then there's another man in a more tailored suit. You recognize him as Nervum Whisperthorn. He is basically the second in command and a total kiss-ass. And he sees you come in. Nervum says, "Oh, well, look who decided to grace us with his presence! Trevlon Bluequill! Thank you so much for deciding to actually come show up and do your job!"
Hi, It's to explain myself. I shall explain why I have not been at work recently.
Yeah.
And I shall say right now that it does come with an article that has been written, okay? Where?
Yeah, and, your boss just looks angrily, and Golmut Kadongo sticks out a meaty hand and says, "Give it."
Trevlon sort of nervously places the article in his hand and sort of snaps his hand away like he's feeding a python or something.
All right. He flips through the article at record speed, and he's like, "Disgusting. You call this journalistic quality? I give you a day to go look at the beer garden, and what I get instead is some fantasy story about a rat king and mutant rats. This is what you expect qualifies for something to put in the newspaper, Bluequill?"
Okay, well, this is the thing, sir. Everything that's in there, completely real. I have 4 people here, these I shall introduce them in a minute, who can vouch for the story's accuracy. I have a man in the current jailhouse who will be able to verify everything I have said, and there is a kid who I very happily saved, who is currently in doing a little bit of work with a local blacksmith that I can also ask for to verify this story. Everything there.
And as you are talking,
pristine.
He pulls out an abacus and slams it down on the desk, and then just starts flipping the little beads on the abacus around while just staring directly at you.
I don't like that. Know what he's doing when he's messing with this abacus, or is he just trying to freak me out?
As you go quiet, he says, "I'm calculating exactly how much this guild is put into you, Bluequill. We're not made of money, you know. We expect a generous return, not some drunken gallivant going around playing with rats."
Oi, Trevlon, how about the proof you have on the bite on your feckin' scalp?
Trevlon takes off his hat and sort of indicates to the mark. That was done by the polite fella downstairs. As I was saying,
he blows smoke directly onto the wound.
Oh my god, Momo is so pissed, but he's holding back so much because he doesn't want to get Trevlon in trouble.
Do I have to say to you to make you understand that this is real, sir?
His feathers are puffing up.
Alright, he just continues to stare you down angrily and finishes his calculations on the abacus. It just continues to stare very, very angrily. And you're pretty sure he's just waiting for you to make another excuse.
You don't have to pay me.
And then he slams his
full
hand
wage.
down to interrupt you. I don't want to hear any of it, Blue Quill. Actually, you know what? No. I'm gonna call you Calendar. Because your days are numbered.
Oh my
Fuck
God.
you, Alex.
I knew it! I freaking knew it!
And
You know, I was thinking, no, this is just going to be a gentle, subtle nod. No, this is blatant.
No, this is
No,
completely.
it's just straight up director tone.
Trevlon goes, am I at least able to put this in the paper?
Oh, sure, we can put it in the kids section. I'm sure some of them will read it and be entertained. Maybe it'll be a good bedtime story.
I don't care where it's put, and I don't care how much I'm paid less. Just make sure it's in the paper, and I will be extremely happy. I will suck up to you in any way means necessary. I will do whatever you ask of me next time.
Well, that'll be a fresh start.
Can I take the article back?
Mead.
Mead! And he just continues yelling at you.
Need anywhere here?
Yeah, there's a microbrewery inside that the boss had installed just so someone could go brew him some mead and bring it over to him.
I go over and take some mead for this fine gentleman.
All right, you set the mead down on the desk, and he just continues to stare angrily, not going to drink it.
Would you like anything else, sir?
He just stares more angrily at you.
I should leave the office now.
He just stares angrily at you.
Kryllian's just gonna grab Trevlon by the shoulder and just kind of steer him out of the office.
Take your time, sir. I promise the next article will be on time. A very large smile as he walks out the room.
And as you walk
When
out,
was-
your large
when was the
smile
last one to leave?
your large smile contrasts with the fact that I don't think you've ever seen your boss smile.
He does not smile. He doesn't. It's impossible. It's just not a thing.
Not a thing that does.
Yeah, as Trevlon leaves the room and he is no longer in eyesight, the smile sort of fades, and not necessarily fades, but it kind of like it. Just imagine the corners of his Trevlon's mouth were like being lifted by two balloons, and they just get popped, and his smile just sags immediately, and he gives a big sigh and goes, "This is a good place to do journalism, isn't it?"
Sounds like it's the only place to do journalism, yeah?
Ariane's not exactly got the most competition when it comes to journalism. This place is the general voice of the people, so to speak. And unfortunately, the boss enjoys writing stories about beer gardens as opposed to real stories about horrifying and dangerous escapades and the actual problems of the town. It's not a good time. But you did hear that, though. It is going to get published. Might
In
be,
the
I don't
kids
know.
section.
But somebody might read that and believe it to be true, and that is the important thing.
I'm just gonna pat you on the shoulder. Well, at least it'll be less likely that somebody's gonna go after our barkeep, yeah?
This
Even put
is
it past
true.
that. My luck isn't exactly that high.
No,
There's a very
come
good
on.
chance that if somebody is going to read that and they are indeed, well, did believe it, they might be, well, no.
Oh, come on. At least you'll be able to shame them because they've been reading the kids section, right?
This is true. It's rude, but true.
I get any payment for that, by the way?
No.
Wait, he doesn't get any pay for it?
No pay.
None?
He did not get paid.
Oh.
Momo will remember this.
Oh, I'll remember it all right.
I will make
Oh,
it
I don't care if it's fictional. Oh, that makes me so mad because I love Trevlon.
No,
That
it's
makes
fine.
me so upset.
It's fine. I've, you know what? One day, this office where somebody, I don't know who it's going to be, but somebody is going to stop taking boss's bullshit, and when that day comes, basically what keeps me going. I am run on petty hatred and wanting to write a story. That's me in a nutshell.
Sounds like you need
And-
to just take matters into your own hands one of these days.
That sounds like if you're just waiting for somebody to put him in his place, maybe that person should be you.
Maybe you should get some money first.
You know what? That's a very good idea. I think. Oh God. Paid. I'm going to use it to a little fund, and that fund will be called Defenestrating the Boss
That
Fund.
sounds perfect.
Have you ever thought?
Whilst
about
we're here, it might be a good idea to start asking about the deep, because whilst there aren't exactly many journalists here who are permitted to write about actually impactful things, there are some who know stuff, and this would be a good place to ask around, so to speak.
What'd you say, Thav?
Oh God!
No, it's irrelevant now.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect real quick.
Okay. There you go. Welcome back.
Avagaffs, Phil, say words.
I was just saying. Yeah, you were just saying. Have you ever considered entertainment?
Okay, here's the thing. I'm very good at talking to people. Very good at, just making them say things. But I'm not exactly the best at entertaining a crowd, so to speak. Besides, I'm not exactly into the whole... As much as I enjoy entertainment, I like looking for facts. I like the truth, and this is generally the only avenue where I get paid, usually, for that.
It's a pity your integrity will be your downfall one of these days, eh?
Well,
That is very close to the truth.
there are ways to combine the two, you know.
Just not exactly sure what that would be.
Well, I know several people that go around the globe, collecting stories and telling it. Just telling it. Taking up a stage, taking funds, telling the story to the missus. It's rather entertaining.
Entertaining, yes, but I'm not entirely sure most people believe those sorts of stories. There's a reason they're called tall tales.
Just something to think about, I guess.
I will. Next time my story doesn't get considered, I'm just going to yell at people in a bar and maybe they'll listen. Might be actually quite cathartic. Peace. Let's go ask around about the deep here, yeah?
Sure.
It's funny.
See gossip.
It's funny. I got
Great.
into the fight game for a very similar reason.
All right. So, you're asking around at the Journalism Guild, yes? I'll have you roll investigation with advantage. This is you gathering rumors.
Okay.
That would be Trevlon rolling?
That would be Trevlon. Davagath, you
No,
did
I'm
not...
lagging crazy.
Oh, no.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Davagath, you did not roll high enough to get any rumors.
Wait. I did
Right,
did anything, did I?
Yeah, it said you rolled investigation.
Oh yeah, that was in the bookshop.
That was it. That was earlier.
Yeah, that was way earlier. That was the bookshop.
Oh, well,
roll.
never mind me then. Go ahead. Someone roll investigation with advantage to get rumors from the Journalism Guild.
Trevlon.
Trevlon?
Yeah, I think Trevlon.
Great.
Nice.
All right. So, you ask around about the deep. No one's really heard of what you're talking about. This one's really fitting. then you mention why you're so interested, and one of the half-elves swivels his chair around to you and says, "So you're saying you fought rodents of unusual size? I don't believe they exist."
Oh, fuck.
That's an actual result on the rumors table.
Oh my god.
Rodents of unusual size.
I don't believe they exist.
Holy shit.
It's very impressive. And also, I hate everything.
And,
So, Trevor,
what are the chances of us going back down to the caves, grabbing a rodent of unusual size and bringing it back?
Well, they're all gone.
They're gone.
Oh, damn it.
So, Trevlon, once the Rat King gets out, how opposed would you be to introducing him to the guild in person?
That is a genius idea, Corellian!
This thing, there are some people here who I actually quite like. They exist, strangely enough. But if there was ever a day I could open the boss's window and throw a Rat King in there, I would be happy to oblige in that front.
I'll keep that in mind. Also, damn, Momo, I didn't realize you were so bloodthirsty.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm sorry. I don't know
you're
what got
not.
into me.
Don't apologize if you don't mean it. It's fine.
I'm gonna ruffle Mumbo's feathers and just say I'm so proud.
Right. So there's no hider here in terms of there's no
Yeah.
nobody's really got any ideas about the deep here.
Yeah, no
That's
one's
annoying.
really had any reason to look into anything about the deep, so you're basically the only one who's heard of it.
My mail gets sent here, right?
Assuming you don't have a house of your own, yeah. Or you don't live
If
in a
I've got-
tenement.
Basically,
Sorry,
Drevlon basically lives either in a tavern somewhere. He doesn't really have a place of residence, to be perfectly frank.
Alright, yeah. In that case, yeah, mail goes here, and the boss looks through it before handing it out.
Has any mail been sent here? Also, Phil.
Nope. Yeah, no mail's come in for you.
Of either persuasion.
Why did you have to bring that up, Phil?
For those of you who are curious,
Would you like to visit the mailroom?
Phil has been... Phil is talking
Have any
about mail
mails
spelled
come in
the other
for
way.
You know, as in the humanoid of a certain... Yes.
And unfortunately, depending on your outlook, no mails have been sent to Trevlon.
Aww.
Unfortunate indeed.
Okay, now that you've said it that way, all I can imagine is some kind of gift basket full to the brim. I'm so
My
sorry.
God.
Phil, I thought we left this behind before we did introductions.
I'm so sorry.
No,
Wait,
you're not.
well,
Stop lying.
Bronafane is in there.
No,
Oh my god, it's
do
bad.
not. I'm sorry, D&D's been cancelled apparently. 'Cause some people can't control themselves.
Someone has sent an anonymous blue pen.
Hey, guess what,
Right.
Phil? You get to draw from the deck of magic things because I am pissed off now.
That is fair enough. How many do you reckon?
Just one. You can draw two if you like.
Just one.
Just one.
Okay,
Please.
on one.
All right.
Make it bigger.
I am
Don't see
going
it's
to make it bigger once I stop highlighting the stop. Oh boy, this one.
Oh no.
Yeah. As you head out of the boss's office, Navagath, you are struck with visions of this hellish landscape of of your home burning and these demons running all around laughing and throwing viscera everywhere. In the middle of it all, you can see your sister as demons are plucking out her eyes and forcing them back into places where eyes should not be, breaking bones and then beating her with her own bones. It looks terrible.
Oh my god!
Oh.
At this point, Thavagath.
At this point, Davagath cuts out.
Good talk. I think that's what he meant.
Phil.
Phil?
Phil? Phil, are you like dead?
I don't think it's a liar anymore. I think they came for him.
Yeah, I think the demons got him.
Oh, fuck.
Am I back?
Yes.
Welcome back.
Okay, what's the last thing I said?
At this point, Davagath.
Yeah.
At this point, Thavagath bursts into laughter.
What?
With no explanation. His sister was a bitch.
Oh.
Are you
Oof.
alright?
You seem to be.
Wow.
No, it's fine.
I
just thought
almost
of something
forgot
funny.
that you're the person who plays as Fresh. Okay. Wow. Remind me to never try anything meaningful again.
Ooh. Ouch.
Woof.
Well then.
I don't know how to deal with feelings. Come on, man. Character development comes later. Right
Yeah.
now.
And by later, you mean ever?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Well, so
Probably, maybe.
that being said,
Don't worry, this is. I've actually planned this out. The laughter is appropriate.
with Trevelyan not having any mail waiting for him, anyone want to do anything else? I know I wanted to go get the Rat King some food and, question him maybe a little.
I want to go in there and yell the fuck out of that boss, but that would probably get
small are
Trevor
you?
on fire, but...
Somehow
Yeah.
I doubt a grizzled, periodical editor will really take you seriously. I'm not saying that to be mean or anything, Momo, but realistically, you have a certain air about you.
I can be scary, intimidating. You haven't seen it yet.
No, I completely agree. You are incredibly intimidating and fluffy
Wait, I am?
and small and mostly fluffy and small. Maybe work on the intimidating bit of it. So, that being said, we should also maybe ask around about your mentor.
This is true. This is very true. We should do that.
And
Also,
I think Scott's
Very
back
good
from the void. Hi.
welcome.
Hi.
Welcome back, Scott.
Hooray.
You beautiful boy.
So
We need to find your dude.
out of curiosity, Momo,
My dude?
does your mentor, is he familiar with any sort of, healing magic? Powerful healing magic?
Alex, can I roll anything to remember?
You kind of remember that as a priest he knew some kind of healing magic. You remember that much.
Yeah, I remember what the disembodied voice said.
I mean, not any resurrection magic by any chance.
Resurrection magic.
I don't think so.
Oh, well.
Maybe it's possible. If he
I-
does, then he hasn't taught me it yet.
Well, either way, you should probably go try and find your mentor.
True.
Corellian just sort of slumps a little disappointedly, but it's no big deal.
Corellian, if you don't mind me asking, why were you curious about that?
Just curiosity for curiosity's sake, don't worry about it.
Alright. Sorry for asking if I made you uncomfortable.
No, no need to be sorry at all. Everything's quite alright. Just sort of a slight forced grin, but obviously not going to talk about it more.
Right. So, okay, we haven't got any information about the deep here, but is there any way, is it possible we can ask around about, Momo's mentor?
Sure. You ask around, and one of the journalists asks, do you have a name, kid?
What?
Yeah, this missing person. Does he have a name, or is he just some elf?
His name is Arias.
Arias, okay. Let me see. No, don't recall anyone like that. No, sorry. You can roll investigation to see if anyone else has heard anything. It's going to be another roll on the rumor table.
Okay. Damn it.
You roll, and I'm going to say because you finally provided me with a name, that is enough to trigger the rumor table.
Okay.
So, he says, I haven't heard of any elf of that name, but, you know what I have heard, little bird? I wanted to get this off my chest for a while. He leans in. They say the mayor of this place, he is full of shit. I hear Roderick Redwald, he is the real power behind the throne here.
Language.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, sorry. He is full of, bullshit. Yeah, sorry. I need to be very clear about what type of shit it is. The boss is gonna kill me.
Thank you for the info, I guess.
You're quite welcome.
About the mayor, by the way.
Yeah.
Say again, all I heard was about the mayor, by the way.
No, about the mayor.
What?
That was just mumbled.
No, about the mayor.
Oh.
What do you know about the mayor? Roll history.
History? Haha. Oh, how good I am at history. Rolled with advantage shit.
Oh my god, yes. Yeah,
That was the
well,
first
you've
one.
actually written several articles before on the mayor. His name is Morkid Lionbelly. He owns a mansion up at the top, on one of the top hills in the official military district. And the articles you've written about him, not Roten. What is Roten anyway? The articles you've written
about it.
are mostly about businesses he's owned that have turned out to be kind of shady. Like, one of the most notable ones was that apparently people were using a meat-selling business of his to smuggle in drugs.
What?
At the end of the day, Morkid, his hands were clean, but the business got shut down because of your article, Trevlon.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm glad I did something right. It's not so nice. Right. So, I'm just curious as to what we should do now, as opposed, like, that's not just try and find the Rat King, or try and also whilst we're looking around, for Arias. Any ideas?
The article in the paper about the elves and the potential poison.
Yeah.
How far away would that exodus from their area be going on? Out of curiosity.
Like, it doesn't give any specific numbers. Mostly just that they're trying to move north, towards less poisoned or polluted areas of the forest.
How tall of an ask would it be to ask for a map of the continent?
They were selling a map of the continent at the booksellers for 25 gold.
Sounds wonderful, and it also sounds like the person who wanted to go to the booksellers is here again.
Yes!
Miraculously. So let us...
I don't know what you're talking about. I've been here the whole time.
Exactly.
Precisely. Let's go back to the booksellers.
Yes.
And
Okay.
I want to get a fucking map.
Great. You go back to the booksellers, and as I go back to look up what his name was, David says, "Welcome back! You know, I was talking about return customers. I never thought it would be this soon." All right, and all right, Corellian, you buy a map which is great because now I can show you this and get rid of all the fog of war around it.
Perfect.
Ooh.
And, boop,
Oh, wow.
boop, boop. Let me actually zoom out so I can do it all at once.
Oh, wow, those are really big houses.
Come on. Work with me here.
It's doing its best.
It's trying.
Come on.
At least it's not Tomb.
Yeah.
Trying hard.
Actually, yeah, I can just disable Fog of War. That's much easier.
shit.
There we
Wonderful.
go.
Well, that's tasty.
Yeah. This is the map of Ariane. Each
Aw,
hex
little
is
Momo.
about 6 miles.
Alright.
Yeah.
Look at that tiny Momo.
Well,
Yeah.
giant, depending on your point of view.
Momo is just representative of the party being in Port Myrandu.
Vote for
so-
Momo to be party mascot.
Yeah. When things happen, the avatar will change from Momo to someone else. And Ashron Alora, the city that was mentioned by the elves, is here, where I pinged. Actually, yeah, let me ping it as Dungeon Master rather than the viewer thing. And boop, over there.
Perfect. Well, I'm curious about that. I think that maybe it would be worth looking into. It's been a hot second since I've been in any place other than the port, but maybe we should focus on trying to find a lead on Momo's mentor before we travel.
I agree, honestly. Like it's been too long since we've heard anything from them. So yeah, I really want to find them.
Well, time
I
to
don't see one.
canvas the city, I guess. Also, what did you want at the bookstore, Mel?
Oh, right. Thank you. I look over one of the shelves on some calligrapher's tools, and I just put some gold on the counter, and give the person running the store a smile.
Ah, calligrapher's tools, trying to be a writer yourself. Well, have at it, my friend. And he hands over the calligrapher's tools.
Thank you, sir.
Great, you now have calligrapher's tools.
Yay! I'm gonna need to train with these.
You will have the fanciest illuminated journal of all time.
I believe in you.
It's not. Okay. Well, no, not. That would be metagaming. Never mind. I'm not saying anything. What? It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
That's
about
right.
it.
Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Actually, no, it wouldn't be metagaming. It's like, oh, I'm not even interested in writing. I just want to study.
That's
Whatever I
just
can
fair,
learn.
I guess.
Just for the hell of it.
Well, fair
Whatever I
enough.
can learn.
Well, I'm done. At the bookstore. I don't know about you lot.
Agreed.
Great.
I think I'm good here.
All right, so if that's all, you head out of the bookstore. And let me see if there's a random event that happens while you're out.
Oh, dear.
Boy.
Yes, there is.
Oh no.
Oh, goody.
Oh.
My favorite.
All right, so you head out of the store and you notice a man who wasn't there before in front of a store labeled Pulse Jewelers. He's got a handmade sign and on a table all sorts of gems, and the sign reads, "Blessed by the Rot Heart." And he's just looking around, looks directly at you for a few seconds, enough to be very uncomfortable, and then keeps on looking around.
Would we know what rot heart is?
Roll religion.
Will do.
All of us?
Malifane, you're pretty sure that it means something about gems.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Momo, you have no idea.
Oh man. As someone who has firmly studied in religion, I have no idea what this is.
Interesting.
I think I have a firm. Actually, if I take a look at this.
As you take a look at
Yeah.
the static?
You take a look at this static. Okay, great.
Well,
Come
I don't know
back.
about you guys, but I'm gonna go look at the shit. I'm gonna see what he's got.
I want to
I'm
go
gonna
see
look at the-
static.
All right. You head over to the stand, and he says, welcome, friends. I can see I have some people who know what quality is. How may I be of service?
What's this shit?
Gems, my friend, blessed by the rot heart. The sign says so.
What is the rot heart, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, something obviously worthy of blessing these gems, that's for sure.
Is
What
he,
is the bless?
Want to roll is it insight to notice when somebody's like telling you something, like when they're not telling the whole truth?
I think
Yes.
that's perception?
No,
Oh,
insight is for people reading. Perception is for looking at things.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna roll insight with
Oh, did we just get bits?
normal.
Yeah, we got
insight.
one
Here
bit.
we go.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Yay.
Yeah, obviously this man is not telling you the whole truth. He's not explaining what the rot heart is.
Okay, I understand that it might be easy to just, say what you want to say to a tourist, but listen, mate, I'm from here. I know when somebody's peddling something a bit strange, and to be honest, as a journalistic man myself, I could easily write an article about how this store right here was selling diseased things. I mean, rot heart, it doesn't sound good. Now, I could do that. These are your choice.
He just breaks into a very, very wide smile as his eyes, unblinking and unmoving, lock directly on you, Trevlon. And before he says anything, Tiefling opens the door of Pulse Jewelers and is like, "What the hell are you doing? You aren't part of this store. Go on, shoo!" And the man just sweeps up all the gems in a cloth they were sitting on the table and ducks into a nearby alley.
So, you want
Well, that was
to
certainly odd.
do something about that, or?
Yeah, that was incredibly strange.
Know him?
No,
Do you know
obviously I
something about
don't.
About the rot heart?
What the hell's a rot heart?
Thank you, sir. Okay, that man was just talking some very interesting, strange stuff.
Rubbish.
Yeah,
He's talking bollocks, it's fine.
an eye on your store next time. You never know what sort of people are about.
Whatever.
What store was that in front of?
Pulse
what
Jeweler.
store? Oh, I see.
I'm going to add rot heart to list of things I should that I should look for, including apart from Momo's mentor and talking to the Rat King. That'll be on my priority list.
Good.
Yeah, I'd write that name down in my journal.
Right up.
Does anybody actually want to check out this jeweler's or look around for Momo's mentor whilst we are heading on our way to the Rat King to ask him some questions?
Well, we were gonna get some, victuals for him. Bread, cheese, wine, right?
This is true.
So maybe look around for a provisioner or a grocer or, a bistro, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
All right.
Let's get going.
Great.
Wait a minute. Do I still have that wine that I got from the festival when we first started?
You do.
Then we don't need to buy wine because I already have some.
Isn't that supposed to be like holy wine or something?
I mean,
Or has it not been blessed yet?
it hasn't been blessed yet.
Oh, well, I'm sure it's fine for consumption then.
Great. So you have wine. Did you want to search for any other actual food?
Yes, like bread and cheese, whatever. Where would we go?
Roll investigation.
Okay.
Got it.
Well, while you guys are doing that, I want to look in the jewelers.
Okay.
I can find
All
my
right.
character sheet.
There are a couple of places that look like they sell food, Momo. There is one store that smells very distinctly of bread with the sign "Really Baked" over it. Then
Fucking clever fucking guys. Oh, look at that weed joke, dude.
Alex, I hate you.
there's a store that looks to be just a general food store called The Bounty, and then towards one of the darker alleyways, there is a rat-like humanoid who is sitting at a stand with various foodstuffs on display.
What?
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
A rat-like humanoid?
That's what I thought you said.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any... Okay, before we go on, did you, Plavagav, did you say you wanted to check out the jewels?
Yeah, I'm in no rush though.
We
You
can
guys,
Okay.
you guys do your thing. I'll pop in here.
I be able to roll something to know if there's like an actual rat race of people, or would I just know that?
Roll history. Yeah, you know exactly what these are. That is an Okiti. That is a race of rat people that has, in the last several years, basically kind of taken over the slums and the seedier parts of the docks in Port Myrandu.
Wow.
Do you think he might know what a rat king might like? I mean, I don't mean to stereotype, but
I think we might want to stick with what we have, but you're welcome to ask. It's not up to me.
well, I'm very curious about this man, so I'm gonna just go up and ask what he has for sale food wise.
I'm going to go to Very Baked.
Great! Alright, so let us start with Pulse Jewelers. Thalagath, as you enter, you are immediately almost blindsided by some flashing lights and pounding music that seem to be coming from magic floating orbs in the air. As the tiefling follows you inside and says, "Oh, well, you, my friend, have an eye for the highest of fashion and the most quality of jewels. Welcome to my humble abode. My name is Pulse of Pulse Jewelers. You've probably heard of me."
We've heard the name.
Yes.
Wait, will I have heard the name?
Uh,
I'm being here a couple of weeks.
You have heard the name. It's nothing really special, honestly.
Aw.
I've heard the name. I've heard you with really good stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course. Only the highest of quality for anyone in Port Myrandu. Come on, come on. Let's look around. I'll show you what I have. There we go.
Ooh.
What is he?
Yeah, and he just, like, kind of tries to push you around and show you all the fancy stuff in his store. He's got, like, geodes. He's got raw bits of copper and silver. A couple of tools for identifying and getting jewels. A misspelled earring. Hold on a second. There we go.
ER ring. There we go.
Yeah,
as he's
ring.
as he's pushing me, as he's effectively pushing me around, I just suddenly go completely standstill with no explanation, looking at one item.
Like you dead weight him, but standing.
Yeah, pretty much dead weight him. And I'm looking at the brass locket. What does that thing look like?
It's just like a locket, carved, made out of brass. I know that sounds like the mathematician's answer, but from under the case it's on, it just looks like a pretty fancy locket, like reasonably fancy, not the best thing you've ever seen, and it's made out of brass.
How much for brass locket?
Ah, brass locket, you, my friend, have an eye for quality, and lucky you, that is a great deal, only 4 silver for it.
Sure.
Alright,
Give him 4 silver, like without even. No, I don't even look at him. I just take 4 silver out and plop it in his hands.
He pockets the silver and is like, "You, my friend, have just made the best deal you ever will in your life." And he opens up the case and pulls out the brass locket and hands it to you. "It's all yours, my friend. Be careful with it. You wouldn't want to break the chain on it or anything."
Thank you.
Great. You now have a brass locket. And as you open up the locket, where a picture would be, it is instead empty.
Okay. I haven't. You know, I'm just gonna say I pocket it for now.
All right, you pocket the locket.
Hey. Wait, actually, I've forgotten. Have we explained the special items we have on us, or you?
You have not explained the trinkets you have on you.
Okay, cool. I'll keep it that way for a little bit.
All right. Great. Is that all you're going to look for in the jeweler shop?
I was actually after a necklace, so yeah, this works.
Yeah, he's got a necklace, but it's out of your price range.
Oh, sorry, locket, man. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
Great. You now have a locket. All right, so if that's all, we'll move on to Really Baked. Dude, weed, Lamau.
Dude, this place is bacon.
Yeah, you open the door.
Like that?
You open the door, and you're immediately hit with a very distinctive scent of baking bread. It's a huge building made out of stone, and a couple of the staff are walking around. They see you come in, and they're like, "What the fuck is that? An Aarakocra? Whoa, holy shit!"
Profanity!
I'll say whatever the hell I want. I work here.
Sorry, please stop yelling at me.
Whatever.
Theme around here.
All right.
I just want some bread.
Here, and he shoves the menu into your hand as. They have several varieties of bread and baked goods, it looks like.
Shouldn't you be used to this treatment by now, Momo?
Yeah, but not so violent.
Really?
No! People just stab at me!
There are no Aarakocra in Ariane, at least as far as I've heard.
Alright.
Is there usually such violence around here, though?
I mean, there are all sorts in a port city.
I'll take a common loaf of bread and you get one more thing just to treat and I guess kind of like persuade him. I'll get a sweet roll. Sweet bread.
Sweet bread. Great! 7 copper! Hand it over!
Okay, yeah! I give it to him.
Hi, jeez! And he just snatches the copper up, and he yells, "One loaf of bread and another sweet bread!" to someone in the back. And you hear, "Alright, cool." And, then the guy turns and is like, "It's gonna be ready in about an hour, and I'll beat it and come back later."
Okay, I'm sorry! And I leave.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'd like
Don't
to put in order
apologize.
myself, if you don't mind, sir.
What?
Right. I'll take one of those loaves of bread right there, and as I continue to look through the glass, I say, how much for that meat pie right there?
5 silver!
Right, I'll take one of those as well. Thank you.
Fine, jeez, that'll be 5 silver and 2 copper. Hand it over.
Not a problem. There you are.
Snatches the money. Also got a meat pie and another loaf. Hey, kill. What are you still doing here?
Oh, nothing. Take care, sir.
Fuck off.
Oof. Wonderful people here.
Woof.
All right. You head out, and we go over to Treblon as he approaches the Okidi at his stand. The Okidi notices you and immediately, kind of shakes himself up and sits bolt upright and is like, "Welcome, welcome, my friend. Welcome to my humble store. What can I be of service for you for?"
2 questions, my good man. Firstly, what would you suggest is the most delicious thing on offer right now? In terms of food, I mean.
You are very, very lucky, my friend. Today, we have special deal. We have wheat. 1 copper per pound of wheat.
For a cop, wow. You know what? In any other circumstance, that would be actually really good. Like, well, nothing wrong with the wheat. I'm going to say that much right now. Anything that's like just edible on its own.
edible on its own. Let's see. And then he just kind of digs through a sack. We've got some lard, a couple of teeth. Oh, you probably don't want to eat the dung. I got that though, if you want it.
I don't think there's actually
also,
anything.
thank you for the bits, Queen.
Thank you.
You.
Thank
Good
you.
bits.
We are so close to another draw from the deck of magic things.
Deck of
Who gets the cards next?
Whoever happens to be speaking at the time.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay. Trevlon sort of shakes his head and goes, "I don't think there's anything on offer currently that I'd be keen on buying, but
Now that's a
I
shame.
can pay nicely for information if you'd be willing to give it."
Oh, I don't know what I could possibly have to offer, and he sticks out a paw.
I say, well, it depends on how knowledgeable you are about the city and everything. I mean, I pay you silver and you tell me nothing useful, but
Oh, me? No. I cannot possibly see what I would have to tell you. I am just humble shopkeeper. And he just waves his paw.
I put over 6 silver into his hand.
He takes the silver, picks up one, and bites into it to make sure it's genuine. Well, maybe I hear a slight thing or two.
First question: you haven't seen an elf around town, have you?
Let's
Sort of
see.
tall with
And
a-
then
with
he
that-
looks behind you and starts pointing. There's
You
one,
hear a
there's
sh-
one, there's one, there's one. There
Hi.
you go, couple of elves.
You just
Specific.
hear a shout from one of the other stores. Hi.
Yeah, there's one of you
I
waving.
mean,
Is he your friend?
Hi.
yeah, he's my friend.
He
I mean,
dresses like nerd.
You look like nerd.
I'm
Thank
very,
you.
I'm a very specific elf, by the way.
And he's like, well, I don't know. People don't give me their names. I'm not so sure I could help.
He's
Dresses
just like
quite.
looking at you.
This is the thing. He dresses quite well,
Alright.
and
Like,
yeah.
About how well would you say he dressed? He holds out his paw again.
I put in another 5 silver.
All right. He takes the silver. I was asking genuine question.
He dresses. He has this sort of very. What was the robe? What was the robe like again, Alex? Actually, anybody who knows.
Anyone who remembers. It
was long and like a skyish, very pale sky blue, and it had white rims around it.
It was very pale. It was pale blue with white rims. Fellows wearing it was called.
Orion.
God, where is it? It's written down. Arias. Yes, that's the one.
Orion.
Arias.
Right.
Yes.
Arias, I stand corrected.
You really think someone dressed that fancy would ever go to Okitil?
The thing is, it's just that. Well, he's gone completely missing, and we're just basically looking around.
And you're
absolutely
implying I have
everywhere.
thing to do about this?
I'm just saying you might have seen something.
Perhaps I am seeing something. He holds out his paw again.
I look at him and sort of squint very annoyedly as I put over another 5 silver.
Yeah, perhaps I am seeing something. Perhaps I am looking in the harbor master's ledger. Perhaps. I'm not saying I did.
But perhaps you would suggest somebody should.
Well, perhaps if someone should, they might be able to find name of person you're looking for.
Very good. That is a very good suggestion for no one in particular. Bad information. I appreciate it very, very, very muchly, and I shall be heading there as soon as I can.
Of course.
And deal. You'd stand to raise it by at least a couple of coppers. It's killer.
Sorry, you cut out a little again.
Everyone basically says that the wheat deal is way too cheap. He should increase it by at least a couple of coppers.
You know, I actually tried and no one bought it, so...
Bloody freeloaders.
Exactly.
Nice.
Where are proper businessmen? Nowhere.
It's a ridiculous time.
Thieves and liars, all of them.
I know. So hopefully somebody will come along your way soon and actually give you the copper you just very much deserve.
Oh, of course. And he shakes his pocket now that it's full of silver.
Have a good rest of the day, my friend. I shall see you around.
You as well, little man.
Tip my hat, and I head back to the party with this newfound information.
Great. All right. You have all reconvened.
Excellent.
Didn't Phil want to do a thing?
He did it at the jeweler's.
Well, there was another thing. If just an investigation to see if there's like a street artist anywhere.
Ooh.
Yeah, sure. Roll investigation.
Oh.
You,
Let me see.
You don't see anyone of that description.
Who?
What are you looking for?
Nothing. It doesn't matter.
If you're sure.
It's fine. Okay, continue now.
It's a secret mage.
He's a secretly.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
So, are you just going to do nothing and wait for the bread to be baked?
Sure, we can take a rest, right?
Well, actually, yeah. As we wait,
What time
two
is
things.
it?
It's close to noon.
Oh, okay.
I forget how many silvers is in the gold, just to make sure I've actually got it right.
10.
Right. Okay, I did get it right. That's good. Second thing, Trevlon, that the docks might be a good place to start, and that the dock leisure could probably be a very good place to look if we're looking to see if they've skipped town or not.
Well, we want to check the docks.
And go from the docks is the thing, and if our man decided it would be a nice idea to just leave Momo, then do it. And I'm not saying that that's likely, but it's better. It's good to check just to be sure.
I suppose better safe than sorry.
Sure, where the hell else we would look at the moment. I have had no leads when it comes to him.
Well, whatever information we can get is better than nothing.
Right.
Shall we then?
Indeed.
Yeah. Acting first, or are we?
We're gonna wait for the bread to bake.
Yeah.
And maybe there's some places where we can get cheese where you want to go.
Are we taking a short rest, or...?
There's no need to take a short rest. You can just say you wait an hour.
Well, I was going to try practicing with the calligraphy supplies.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything to do that?
Let me double check and see what the rules about practicing with supplies are.
Okay. You do that, my good sir.
I am going to say, it would take a couple of days of practicing to get, proficient with calligrapher supplies and not just, know vaguely how to use them. So, that would be a couple of long rests, actually.
Fair enough.
This is my interpretation of the rules, since Player's Handbook gave me nothing.
Alright, fair play. Thank you.
Great. Alright. You decide to take a short rest and just kind of lean against a building and chill in the middle of the marketplace.
I'm still shook from the guys yelling at me.
I'm going to try and heal my wounds from that damage I took from insulting God.
Great! Yeah, roll a hit dice.
Will do.
You heal that much plus your constitution modifier.
I am back to normal.
You
or at
feel
least as normal as I can be.
You feel the shame of being kicked in the nads by a god's anger leave you.
This is going to be a highlight of the
great.
stream.
Great.
Your hideous guilt has been lifted.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right.
Huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
And are you going to do anything else during the rest, or just kind of chill?
So, now that we are, not in mortal danger, you mind maybe talking more about your condition, Mel?
What do you mean?
Like, well, no, fuck. This is a great way to bring it up, Carillion. Absolutely. No, well, it's not going to be a
Was I
problem,
bitten
is it?
or shit?
No,
the
the other
lycanthrope
thing.
isn't contagious, is it?
No, the writing in the journal thing that you have to do to that.
Oh, right. So, to my knowledge, I don't believe that I share memories with him. So, what I've been doing is I've been writing everything that is noteworthy in this journal. That way, I imagine that it would be an easier time to just share between us what is important and what isn't. It would be a nightmare if I were to lose this thing.
So,
Problem. Like, he won't try and hurt us, will he?
yeah.
He's more an annoying brother than anything else. If anything, I imagine he'd just go running off, but I can't say for certain.
You know, running off
Hopefully.
seems a little counterintuitive. It probably hurts both the collective of you more than it would anyone else.
That's why I have the journal in the first place. Once he knows his place, the better.
We'll keep him right. We're very good at discipline, aren't we, Thavagath? In any case, so, as long as you do, sons.
Right. Well,
As long as he won't stab me in the back, I'm good, basically.
I don't believe you.
I prefer a handsome front stabbing, if that's okay with anybody else.
Or
I
an
don't
arrow,
prefer any
right?
kind of stabbing.
Was
He's
the
supposed to be
request?
good.
He's
Stabbings
many
are
things,
generally
but I
bad,
don't
so-
believe he's a murderer.
I'm positive he isn't.
Good to know.
He hasn't hurt any of you so far, has he?
No,
Oh gosh, he hasn't, has he?
no.
He's just annoyed us slightly.
He keeps calling me bird brain, and I don't quite appreciate that.
I apologize. I'm afraid you might have to just ignore that and try to just get used to it. I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon.
Oh, dagnabbit.
In any case, we'll be able to deal with it.
Yeah.
Anywho, so I've been meaning to ask a couple things myself, actually. This mentor of yours, Orias.
Uh-huh.
What? How did you meet him?
Well, from what he's told me, when I was smaller, he told me that he just found me in the forest and I guess just raised me from then. When I tried to ask about why the place where he found me or about my parents, he refuses to tell me. He changes the subject immediately, and then I don't know what to do. So I just ignore it, because it's probably not important, like he says.
Somebody is not telling you something, and they're intentionally not telling you, important and not in a good way, in my experience.
I mean, I'd have to agree with Trevlon, especially when you consider that Ariane, you know, people of your kind have been long gone from this continent. You're obviously, as you can tell by everyone's reactions, you're not exactly the common sort, if you catch my drift.
Oh, well, Orias, my mentor, just told me that it was because I was brightly colored, I guess. He'd never told me that.
I don't know
No,
if that's the
Momo.
case.
Arakocra
The reason I was wanting
are...
to interview you, my friend.
How do I put it delicately? Your lot are extinct here. There hasn't been an Arakocra settlement on Ariane for years and years and years, probably generations back.
Is that so?
I mean, that's what I've heard, at least.
Do you have a family?
Well, of course, my Arias is my family.
Right.
Well, when we meet him, which we shall, we'll get things straight and clear the air, so to speak. I'm sure he's.
Oh, I wouldn't ask him many questions. He doesn't like questions.
Well, I like answers. Well, I like questions, and if he doesn't, then I can make it. I can be very persuasive in many ways.
You're a big boy, Trevlon. You can deal with it.
Let's just keep it to social and nothing more.
That's a good idea.
And you are very handsomely colored, Momo.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
There we go. References Momo's feathers again.
Who is flating their microphone?
Who's dying?
God damn it.
Walrus, I think.
Walrus.
Oh God.
Yeah. Walrus, you were filleting your microphone.
Very sensual. Please don't do it anymore.
It's just moving a lot. Oh God. Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
Have I stopped filleting it? Assume that I've stopped filleting the microphone. The thing is, like, it's a headphone microphone, and when it moves about and knocks against me, it's just like, it just does things.
Gross.
So.
Yep.
All right. The door of Really Baked slams open, and someone yells at you, "Your bread's ready!"
Thank you.
That would be us.
Hurry the fuck up and get it!
Sorry. Momo like runs in.
Yeah, and they just kind of shove the loaves of bread into your arms. Here!
I want to attempt to persuade him to be a little bit more gentle with the Arakakra.
All right, roll persuasion.
All right. Let's see. Where's my character sheet? There is my character sheet. Let's see how this goes. Pray to God!
He looks you directly in the eye and shoves Momo out the door.
Oh, what a
That
dick.
wasn't what I had in mind.
And then he shoves bread into your hands, too. You got a problem with that?
No, sir. You
Good! Go!
Pleasant. Walks out the door.
Great.
Momo's
it's
trying
charming
not
as
to
ever.
cry.
Well, I could have done better.
Okay, Thavagath picks up Momo instantly and just
Hey,
cradles them for a little bit.
don't beat yourself up over it. There are just people like that.
I know.
Okay. Now that we've got our bread, do we want to visit our rat man first, or do we want to see if we can go into the docks and have a look around?
I think it'd be best to use the bread while it's fresh.
That's true.
Also, I might want to stay behind, considering the, and I kind of point to my shoulder where the mark is under my clothing. He might not take too kindly to me, but,
I'll do the talking if you want me to.
For
yeah,
all
I'll
that-
stay out of sight.
I rip off a loaf of my bread and I hand it to Momo. Here,
Is it the sweet bread or common loaf?
just a common loaf.
I take it and I just take a small bite.
It's the most delicious bread you've ever had.
Oh my! And then he starts biting chunks off and ripping them off and just eating them. It's like,
Holy shit. I never
Make
thought
what they
would make
don't
it
have
to here, but
in
here it is.
what they don't have in social smarts, they definitely have in bread smarts.
I suppose so.
I'm
The,
sorry.
At least they can do something, right?
What?
The baker.
Oh, yes, of course. They are rude, but they do make some mean bread, I guess.
Indeed they do.
That they have themselves as people into the bread. It's incredible.
Maybe that's how they make it so good.
The bread, and then the bread becomes mean itself.
It starts biting my insides.
Oh god, Scott is having Team Fortress 2 flashbacks.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
Are you
That is a
okay,
reference.
Alex?
Yeah, no, I'm just laughing at the idea of they are putting their positive emotions into the bread. It really is made with
Guys.
love.
Whatever you do, do not use a teleport spell with any of this.
I have a problem, Scott. I have done
What
nothing but teleport bread for the past 3 days.
God damn it!
Now you're gonna get tumors.
Hey, the best kind of bread. Tumor bread. Only bread.
It's okay. Turns out only the bread grows tumors.
I have a question.
Yep.
Can I have the bucket?
The
You all in
Dear God.
The
There's
It's a
bucket.
long-winded
What?
TF2 reference.
This is just what the rest of the
Did not read mine.
Does it say you want
Mix the
bucket?
bread. Get the bucket.
You know, I can't even be surprised that this is what happened to my stream.
All TF2 references everywhere.
That's only what it is.
I'm not even the one that started it.
So were you going to the prison or to the docks first?
Prison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Great.
Corellian, sorry, were you
Aye.
going to the prison as well, but just staying outside, or staying?
Yeah, I'm going with you lot, but I'm not going to be speaking with the Rat King. I'll probably be staying kind of out of... I'll be waiting at the guardhouse, we'll say that.
Okay.
In that case, I'll wait with you. I do not care to explain why.
Or
All right. Great. You cross Port Myrandu. It takes about 2 hours to get from the market back over to the citizens' prison, and there are a couple of guards looking at you for more than is comfortable as you approach, but you get there. Holy shit! What
Jesus.
the hell?
Son of a bitch.
Ow!
What was that?
no.
Scott? Did
I
you
want
just,
some loud noises.
did you just Shoryuken the
Did you
mic?
just fall down a lift?
I think he just spirit bombed us.
Scott, did you just Kamehameha the mic?
Scott,
Scott?
I think Scott is fucking dead.
I think Scott just died.
Scott,
Oh, no.
Scott, Scott. Yes, that was Metal Gear. Be
No, of
proud.
course it was a Scott. There he is.
Where are
You're
you?
alive, Scott.
You alive?
Scott, is your mic plugged in?
Thanks.
For the record, I Gallic gunned it. Thank you.
Alright.
Well, that makes
That
it all
makes
better then,
sense.
doesn't it?
Also, ow.
Yeah, that hurt my
very much
soul
am.
on a spiritual level.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think I took 1d6 thunder damage.
Oh.
Right.
God, you're
Okay,
just
Scott.
wailing on him tonight.
Okay. Great, yeah. My ears have taken thunder damage. Great, thank you so much.
Please, no, we need the DM.
We need the DM to exist.
Well, it
Otherwise.
looks like it's my D&D game. No.
Get out
Oh
out of my
Please.
church.
Yeah, you can roll
no!
yourself
Out of this
safe.
house. Out of my church.
All
I'm afraid
right.
the DM has become incapacitated. Alex, please roll the d20.
Great. All right. You enter and you roll a d20, and the guards say, that was an okay roll. Yeah. The half-orc woman who was running the front desk before is still there with a heavily bandaged hand.
Greetings, madame. We are here to have a little bit of a question time with the Rat Man.
Whatever. He's in hole 13.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It shan't take long.
It's really nice staying here, yeah?
Thank you, sir.
I'm a woman.
I am so sorry.
And you're a very handsome woman.
Both of these things do not say to women. Ever.
And then I just book it.
All right.
Okay.
So, how's the hand?
Go fuck yourself. Go
That's fair.
rip off your own dong, shove it right up your ass, and fuck yourself.
You think if I I wouldn't put that up already.
All right. So,
I'm just going to cross the guard room and pretend not to know Thabagath for a good 15 minutes.
Great. Didn't you come in with him the last time you were there?
No, that does not stop me from making a statement.
That was my brother, Blorelian.
Precisely.
So at this point, I then follow Corellian saying, "Hey, buddy, wait up."
I just growl at you under my breath.
Yeah. All right. So, Malifane, Momo, and Trevlon, you go onto the small island that serves as a citizen's jail, and there are a couple of signs that say which hole is which. So you head over to hole 13, and you look down. It's a 15-foot drop, and there is the Armoire of Invincibility at the bottom.
That is a long jump that I am willing to take.
Is there a rope or something down there?
There are a couple of ropes attached to grappling hooks on the edges of every pit.
I roll a rope down as I hook the grappling hook onto something sturdy up here.
Great.
How dim is the pit?
It's still got light shining into it. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sun's pretty high.
I'll bring a lantern just in case.
Okay.
Or I'll light my lantern just in case, I should say.
All right.
I go down the rope.
Right, you go down the rope, and you land on top of the Armoire of Invincibility. And you hear angry muttering from inside as something bangs on the top of the armoire to say, quit hitting this thing.
Don't mind me. Just gonna calm down a little bit, and Trevlon climbs off of the armoire onto the ground.
I jump down, but it doesn't make a loud noise. It just...
Yeah. Yoda you basically just kind of flutter down.
Right.
Alright.
Trevlon politely knocks on the armoire and goes, "Hello, mate. It's your old friend again. How you doing?"
I agree.
Fabulous. Bit of a spot here, and a bit of a bad spot at that, but we are legitimately concerned about what you were saying. We do want to help you in whatever way we can, and that does not necessarily mean letting you out, because
Batman.
That's
you
not
bit my head, so fair's fair. But
Can I discern what he's saying?
No.
Can I try to discern what he's saying?
Yeah, roll perception. Oh my god, yes. You can hear inside the Armoire of Invincibility, which is muffling everything he says. And he's like,
Here, I'll translate. I got this.
yeah. A likely story, like all of your stories. All you do is lie to me and throw people into a wardrobe.
Let's just say that every time he talks, I just repeat what he says.
Yes.
That's a genius idea.
Blah, 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 blah.
we couldn't very easily reason with you or talk to you whilst you were when you were surrounded by rats that were pretty intent on biting the hell out of us. But
There weren't any rats in there. What is this revisionist history?
there was the one rat. There was the one rat in the corner.
Did
He
you
was
see
there.
him biting you?
No, but that doesn't matter. He could have. In any case,
Throwing potions.
we do believe you when you say that there is something wrong and there's something terrible to do with the deep, right? Want somebody to do something about it, you're going to need to be candid with us. You're going to tell us where the hell you found this information in the first place. so
Well,
we
I
can
was
start
trying, and then
somewhere.
you threw me in a wardrobe, and let's see how that turns out. I'm at the bottom of a fucking ditch!
Let you out of the wardrobe.
Yeah, great, I'm still tied up! That's not going to help anything!
How about this? Wardrobe. We give you some food. We fill you up. Have you had a meal recently?
No?
Excuse us 1 second. I move you to another side. What are you doing?
Reasoning with him. He's tied up, remember? He can't exactly hit us.
Are you crazy? You said
Feed him.
what he said he was going to do. He's gonna take over the world with rats.
He's gonna. Well, with rats, if he has the rats. There are no
The rats.
They're rats. They're rats.
Get the rats.
Stop this currently. Refrain from this. We had too
You're
many
welcome.
of this. We had too many of this bit the last time. We were talking about rats.
Do exactly not this.
It was perfect. Get off.
But in any case, if we are going to get some information out of him, he needs to at least sort of trust us, and he's not going to do that behind a armoire.
And how can we trust him?
At that note,
Why are you whispering?
I can hear you!
do we have the what you call it? The key for the lock on the armoire?
Yes.
Unlock it.
Great, you have unlocked the armoire.
I open it up and see our favorite rat man.
Yes, he is looking rather peeved. And he looks very disheveled, like more so than usual. Yeah, because they don't have the key, no one has been able to open the armoire and feed him.
Good. But first, and Trevlon looks at him for a minute, and I am going to cast Charm Person.
Alright. Great, go for it.
I want to give him a little bit of the bread I bought.
I was gonna say, before you go into doing that, let's actually try and do this without getting into magic.
Yeah. I give him a little bit of the sweet bread.
He bites down on it and tries to pull it out of your hand.
He does what? You cut out for me.
He bites down on the sweetbread and tries to pull it out of your hand because his arms and legs are tied.
I just drop it, and he catches it with his mouth, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
He just chows down on it and says, "This is pretty good bread."
We made sure to get you the best. We want to talk to you, and we really want to actually, we want to make sure that what you're telling us is the truth. And there's no better way of doing that than getting your word on things. On that note, what do you know about the deep?
Oh, great. We could have a whole conversation on it, like I tried to, before you threw me in here.
Trying to hurt my friend, and I'm sorry about that, but I couldn't
Your
really...
friend was infected. Your friend was going to turn any day now.
Well, but they're not here right now. You notice that? Not here.
He sniffs the air.
They're up there, aren't they? Waiting for me, so they can tackle me back into this fucking wardrobe.
Their word that they will not lay a finger on you.
At this point, you hear a distant Thargoth saying, "It's an armoire."
We're
Like
nowhere
shouting
close to
from
the pits.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why he's shouting it.
Mm-hmm. It's an armoire. So then his ears kind of perk up and he sniffs again. And then he slowly turns back to you.
Why are there more of you then?
These two are very curious as I am.
No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about them.
He jerks his head up above towards the guard shack. More of the infected!
Infected?
You say infected, do you mean with the mark?
Yes!
This mark, what do you know about it?
There's only one person.
You can't fool my nose. I can smell it. I can smell it out. There's two of them up there.
I'm actually really curious about this mark. What do you know about it?
And he just kind of stares angrily at you and is like,
Oh, I don't know. It's only the mark of the deep. You're cursed forever and you're going to be doomed to a watery hell?
Explain, please.
I just did! Are you not listening? You're a terrible student!
What is
What I mean is, explain in detail. Go into it.
Alright, I'll try to use small words so that maybe you can understand. The mark of the deep is a curse which is bad.
What happens? Okay. tell us how the curse progresses.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been cursed with it. All I know is that it's terrible.
Fair response.
Know that it's terrible, though.
Didn't
It's
you
like-
see all the
it's all
writing
well
on the
good.
wall?
All we know is that our friend just suddenly started walking up to it the moment that they saw it. We don't know anything else about it.
You're doomed. You're all doomed.
I'm sorry?
You're doomed. Was I not clear? Yeah, there's two of you up there who willingly gave your blood to that thing, and they're going to turn, and they're going to awaken him. Oh, God. Oh, God. You should have killed
All
me.
right. Now you're going to have to be very specific here.
You should have
Who
killed
is
me.
him? It's him. It's the
put
last
some
thing I'm
more-
going to ask.
The old voice. I hear it. I keep hearing it. It never goes away. Oh, God, I keep hearing it. It never goes away.
Oh gosh.
You start hearing it when you were down there.
And he just is muttering to himself at this point about how it never goes away.
Well, now what?
I don't think this guy's going to be of any use to us anymore. He looks spent.
Right. Any of you want to try and get him back in there, or what do we want to do?
I think this armoire. I think he's a bit. Well, I'm pretty sure that the armoire is not exactly going to. Well. This man doesn't look like he wants to put up a fight anymore. And try and see if we can lift the armoire out of here, though. Might be useful, or at least worthwhile. And, might be.
All right, you're going to try to lift the armoire out with the Rat King in it.
I'm going to see if I can get the Rat King out as well.
You step into the armoire and he thrusts about, yelling, "Get away from me!"
All right, that was worth a shot. Do you just want to stay in there for the rest of the day?
He goes back to muttering.
Yes. Also, Scott, your microphone volume is super low.
I believe that's what happens when you gun your microphone.
Well, excuse me, princess.
There you go. Now it's a little bit better.
No, I'm just closer to my microphone.
Right. Now that... Okay. I don't really think he's going to be much if we just leave him in there.
I have one idea. And I start tearing at my loaf of bread into tiny bite-sized pieces and see if I can create a trail that will lead him out of the armoire.
He looks at you doing this, looks back up, and says, "Wow, racist."
It was worth a shot.
I can't believe you're a fucking racist.
I didn't mean anything, but I just... Oh gosh. No,
Thought you've hurt his feelings.
I use stealth to hide in shame.
Great. All right. You hide as best you can, but you cannot hide from the arm of justice.
God damn, Scott, you have really powerful modifiers. Fucking Jesus.
Yeah,
I'll change that.
No, that's totally legit. He's got a +4 to dexterity, and he's got expertise in stealth. So yeah, 8 stealth
Damn.
at level 2.
Meanwhile, I have a 1 in everything apart from charisma and strength. I got 0.
Yeah, that's
I got some
tasty.
shit rolls.
Woo!
And I
think
got
this is
a
the
1
strongest
extra
I've
hit
ever
point this
rolled
level
on
up.
anything in
I
this
am the best at luck.
Great.
Yes.
Are you gonna climb back up?
I look at the Rat King and I go, look, more about this.
As he's talking, I'm just picking up the pieces of bread and just crying fake crying while doing so. Just
Presumably Momo has given the wine also.
Yeah, Momo's given the wine. Jojo's had to head out, so Momo is now an NPC. Woo!
Ooh.
If I undo your hand restraints to let you actually drink this wine, are you gonna slice at my face?
I don't have claws, so no.
And Trevlon looks at before he goes. Trevlon looks at Malafane and goes, "Climb up the rope first. If he tries anything, I can deal with it myself. Just don't let him get out so easily."
Okay. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time.
As Malafane's doing that, oh god, as I've just left the game for some reason.
Oh no! Goodbye.
Come back.
Goodbye, me.
Bye, my worries.
As Malafane climbs up the rope, it's presumably rope restraints, right?
Yes.
Trevlon hand restraints, like the rope.
All right. You untie the rope around his hands. He kind of smacks you. No damage, but it's more of an insult than anything as he grabs the wine and starts chugging it down.
We're going to keep an eye out for the deep, all right? We'll make sure that it doesn't take over the world or whatever it wants to do. Just, there are better ways of saving the world than an army of rats. Trust me on that one. I mean, I'm going to assume that you just said no, there aren't, and the rats are the best things ever. You have no idea. But I'm going to say no. Take care of yourself, and don't chug all of that at once. And at that, Travlon climbs up the rope.
Great. You are now back on the surface.
I'm not a racist.
It's okay. You only slightly hurt his feelings. Okay, we all make terrible mistakes. Some are worse than others, and some are more racist than others, but it's okay.
I mean, if you're a half elf, it only makes sense that you're half racist.
Fucking burn.
Ow.
Bell, it's funny because that in itself was a racist comment.
It's the circle of racism.
Hey, some stereotypes are but from fact.
Yo, someone put some bits down so we can get some comeuppance on that.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Now that we've had a small interview with the Rat King, I suppose we head on out and the rest of us, our party.
Great.
Do you tell us everything the Rat King told you, or?
Mentioned that he thought there were two of us, two people with the mark, and at that, Trevlon sort of looks at Thavageth and goes, "You didn't drink the blood while we were down there, did you?"
I didn't drink anything.
You know
anything? Smell anything?
I mean, I got this kick-ass tattoo. At which point, Thavageth just kind of gestures towards the thing on his neck.
You might want to make sure that that's not so easily visible, buddy. Did that happen?
Yeah, sorry, you cut out for me.
How did that happen?
How'd you get that?
Pricked my finger, dropped it in the blood, heard weird noises, got a cool tattoo. It's in the dark. Pretty cool.
Eye on it. Make sure that if something weird happens with it, you let us know. God knows that the Rat King was having a weird enough time with the deep-eyed jazz. Now that we have had a little conversation with the Rat King, and he's pretty clearly, he kind of looks like he's lost hope in his rat plan. we should try and look at the dock and see if we can find Orias, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
All right. You start to head out of the military district and get to the bridge that goes back towards the docks. As you get there, you notice that there are several more guards than there usually are, and as they see you approach, they form a sort of blockade. And one of them says, "You there! Halt!
Halting. What is up?
You're to come with us. Mayor Lionbelly wants to see you all."
Oh, God.
Just
In
him?
particular, will he know my name because of what I did?
What's your name again?
It's nothing. It's not important.
I don't think he knows anyone named Not Important.
Because I am definitely
Convenient.
not important.
I can't. I'm just gonna do this for shits and giggles. I want.
You want to cut out?
Out.
I mean,
Want
yeah,
to cut out a little bit
plead the fifth and all that.
there? Oh, he's gone.
Try that again.
Escape
Great.
strategy.
I want to try and distract one of them.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
I'm gonna look to them. I'm gonna look to. There is an ocean by the dock, right?
Yeah, you're on the water.
Yeah. I'm gonna look to one of them. I'm gonna look to the ocean. Look back to them. Point to the ocean and go. Look, the mermaid is singing.
Roll deception
Oh,
Are you?
shit.
Why?
with
what
disadvantage.
Just
With disadvantage. Oh no.
because callbacks are funny.
All right. One of them goes, "Yeah, there's a mermaid who performs at the Fiery Grog Tavern. We know."
Oh, it was. Yeah, yes, you knew
Okay.
as well. Awesome.
Well,
That's good. Mm.
We'll come quietly. Just once with us.
He wants to talk to you about that. And he points to Storm's Herald on Thavagat's belt.
You guys ever watched Pirates of the Caribbean? You know when the Calypso offer says, want it, then give it back, and then Jack does the thing? Thavagat does that.
Thavagat, what's a movie?
I have long since tried to forget the Pirates of the Caribbean
it's been a
series.
while.
Oh, that's a shame. He just kind of cuddles it worriedly, like, no, mine. Kind of thing.
Intend on taking it from our dear friend, does he?
He intends on talking about it.
Oh,
No harm. Go on.
as long as the mayor's just interested in talking, I suppose we can do that. Sirs.
All right. So the guards escort you back towards the official quarter, up a long, winding path towards this majestic-looking mansion. And that is where we will stop the session.
What?
I'm curious to. So this is the mayor that was up to some corrupt shit, right?
Yeah, that's the one you wrote the article about, that it turns out a business he owned was smuggling drugs.
Well.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
This is going to be great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do they print
gonna
the photos of the writers in the paragraph? And
Well, they don't have a printer. They have drawings and a copier, so it's
Well,
like...
yeah, I know. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Shit, they do. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't.
We're gonna have a fun chat, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. You're going to have a great time.
Why does everybody at the authority figure hate Trevlon? Oh,
Well, I
God.
think my character is just going insane slowly.
It's okay. Just hide in my loincloth. I'm an entertainer. He's probably seen one of my
No,
fights.
thank you.
Pass.
Pass.
There's enough room in my loincloth for all of you.
So, you all
Okay.
have 100 more experience points.
Yay!
Yay.
I'm filled with joy and a strange feeling of what that is, because I can't.
If you don't mind me asking, what was the experience for? Because I know we do it per
Role
achievement.
play.
Physically.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Did
Yeah.
I
We're
lose
cool at what we
anything for
do.
just insulting the DM's art?
Your pride.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, now that you mention it.
Minus 100 experience from Scott for this.
You are now back to level 1.
Damn it.
You are a new unknown level 0.
I've actually got a couple of rule books that display what would it be like to be level 0. So, congratulations, you are now a peasant.
Time
Nice.
to have as much HP as a common house
I mean,
cat.
my character already looks like a peasant as it is.
Mhm.
He looks like
Level
Seto
0.
Kaiba as a peasant.
Level 0, where all your current skills are completely reversed. You are actively bad at those things at the same rate that you're good at them.
Great. So, thank you for tuning in. We will see you next week when the rest of Camp Streamix is kicked into gear, and there will be meetings, and there might be explosions, and there might be the deck of magic things. All right?
Boy.
We'll see you there. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm not racist.